Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Backwards Hat Productions broadcast. I am Bradley Wilson, alone in the booth tonight to call all of the excitement for the SimSpec Monday Night Thunder Championship Series here at the NMNTS. We are at the Monster Mile, Dover, Delaware, for 200 laps of heart-pounding wheel-to-wheel action that promises to show a lot of excitement tonight already. Drivers are underway. Practice is being taken. You see Joe Burchett on top of your leaderboard right now, followed by Pacer Popham, Jackson Allen, Aiden Young, Jared Washon, Zachary Kreiser, Mark Broderick, Blake Falone, Zach Lindgren to round out the top 10 fastest times through practice right now. We join the action now. You look on as we're going to get some pre-race interviews here to get our night started off. First driver we're going to talk to tonight is going to be in the 99 truck, a guy that we don't get to talk to very often, but when we do, we always take heed and listen to what he's got to say. Ronald White. See if we can make radio contact with Ronald. Ronald White, this is Bradley Wilson in the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy, sir? Ronald White, this is Bradley Wilson in the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy? It looks like we may not be able to get in touch with Ronald just yet, so we will see if we can't make contact with him later on throughout the night. I tell you what, we will pull up the man in the 71 truck right now who's flirting with the hunt line. That's Ronald's teammate, Ryan W. Daniels. Ryan Daniels, this is Bradley Wilson in the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy, sir?
Yes, sir, I do, and wow, that'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting way to start the interview when you see it, but yes, how are you guys?
Good, good. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fantastic, aside from trying to get to the pits and just destroying my truck.
Well, the Monster Mile, as we covered you the last time out, y'all had a week off to regroup, get ready for this place. We talked about you in the last broadcast and how you were flirting with that hunt line. Tell us a little bit about your season so far, the new team. We know that y'all switched teams not too long back. Thunderstruck Racing was, you know, constructed and built. Give us a little bit of rundown about how your season's going and, you know, just overall a little bit about you, man.
Well, so far the season's been going okay. We haven't gotten all the results that me and the new 71 Thunderstruck Racing team have wanted, but it is very nice that ever since the last team I was with, I was able to be able to transfer over in a new role here with the newly named Thunderstruck Racing, and I just want to thank all the guys who make that possible, who put the team together, who brought me in here, and just fun to be able to come out here and race hard every week. And yeah, as far as the cut line goes, we're doing our best every week, just trying to get consistent finishes. You know, when I look at the point standings, I see that the top 8 are pretty much the guys that are going to be up in the top, you know, probably the top 5, a lot of the races, and it's going to be tough for somebody like me to really get, you know, break through that glass ceiling to try to get into the chase. But right now we're just looking at 11th in points is where we need to be, with Ryan Broderick outside the top 12 in points. So we're doing the best we can, and we're just looking forward to seeing what we can get out of Dover. It's not one of my best tracks, but we're going to see what we can do here tonight in the number 71 Young Gun Creations tie-dye machine.
Yeah, definitely. So we know you've been a fixture in the NMNTS Racing Series now for a couple years. Definitely made a name for yourself on the super speedways. You know, you were a Noble 5 driver at Daytona, had a strong run at the end of last season at Talladega to earn that right. So definitely a good thing to see you out here and being able to compete, and we look forward to more and more of it as it goes on.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just appreciative of the opportunity from all the guys here at the NMNTS Racing Series, getting the opportunity to come over here and racing with an awesome team that I have with my teammates Ronnie White, Jackson Allen, and Kenny Yantz for Thunderstruck Racing. It makes it easier every week to have 3 really good teammates that we all share information with each other and really work together and try to just improve everybody's finishes and stuff like that. You know, again, tonight we're probably looking anywhere from, I would say, I'd like to get a top 15 out of it. If we can get another top 10 this week, that would be really helpful for the points. But I just want to finish here at Dover tonight, and with that, I think that's all I got for you guys.
Good deal. Well, good luck. We'll let you get back to turning some practice laps in that Thunderstruck Racing number 71, and we'll be keeping an eye out for you tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bradley. Thank you to Backward Hat Productions for streaming the race. Thank you for all the people at the NMNTS, the admins, all the drivers and stuff who make this place awesome every week. And thank you for Young Gun Creations and Cowboys Nightclub of Colorado Springs for sponsoring the number 71 here tonight.
Yes, sir. Well, good luck tonight. That was Ryan W. Daniels, driver of the number 71 Thunderstruck Racing truck. We'll continue on with some pre-race interviews as we go back out here, get you a look at all of the action going around. Tell you what, I'm looking through my entered drivers list here, just seeing who we could get a talk with before the racing starts. Who's available. Doesn't look like anybody's available right now. So we will just take a look right now as you see Spence Thompson, the number 89 truck. You've got the 7 truck, Austin Trombley. He's one of the newer drivers out of Ohio tonight. Jared Mogard, he is your points leader coming tonight, and he has been on quite a tear. Has won just about everything there is to win race-wise in the past 3 weeks, collecting maximum bonus points at every racetrack, stage points, all that good stuff. So definitely good to, you know, see Mogard as he's currently right now in a position you don't really see him in the 25th position. You see him get tangled up there in practice. 25th fastest on the board right now. He's definitely going to have a ways to climb. I am monitoring the Facebook chat. Like I said, I am doing this all on my own, so be patient with me here tonight as we look on the action here from the Dover International Speedway, Dover, USA. Look at Blake Falone and his famous Pokemon number 11 Silverado. That's the BB Racing machine. Currently sitting 11th on your board right now. He's battling with Zach Lindgren in the number 85 WFO machine. Zach, a longtime driver here. One of the veteran drivers of the NMNTS Racing Series. Currently just right under Falone on the speed charts in 12th as these guys attack the Monster Mile. See Lindgren get the wall there just a little bit. They're probably going to bring that truck to the pits to the attention of the crew. There's the 99 truck of Ronald White. We couldn't get a pre-race interview with him, but we'll definitely be looking to get an interview with him. He is battling Brady Briggs in his WFO number 51 machine. As we ride on the pillar with Briggs now, look off the back. That is Mark Broderick in the 32 Tide truck behind him as he turns laps with Jeffrey Ford. There's a look off the 71 truck. You spoke with him just a minute ago, Ryan Daniels. He is out there with the 818 truck of Derek Robinson, driver out of Canada, one of the Canadian drivers that we have in the NMNTS Racing Series. Been here for quite a couple of years, so a couple of years now, definitely one of the permanent fixtures here. Good to see him out here tonight. We've got the 22 truck you'll see in your screen. That's one of the newer comers, Cody Spiker, who's definitely made waves through the Cup Series and then into the Truck Series. I tell you what, Kenny Yance via the Facebook chat said he is hanging out on pit road. So we're going to get a talk with Kenny Yance, one of the newer drivers in the series right now. I think we can't make radio contact with Kenny. Kenny? Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. How you doing?
Doing good. I saw your chat out there in the Facebook chat that the Clifford Concrete and Excavation truck was sitting on pit road and that you would be available for an interview. So we wanted to get you in here, get a little talk, get people to, give people a look at that Clifford Concrete truck. And, we haven't talked about you much, been one of the newer guys on the circuit, but give us a little rundown about yourself. I know you're, in the military, which is always a great thing. We, here at the NMNTS, we greatly appreciate all of our current serving and veterans. So just give us a little talk, give us a little rundown about Kenny Yance and your, racing experience with the NMNTS.
Man, as you said, we usually try to make every race. We get a lot of support from the Army. They let me come and race with you guys on Monday nights. I haven't been racing too long. I think this is week 10 with NMNTS, so I really appreciate you guys letting me on. I've made a lot of great teammates here at Thunderstruck Racing. I really appreciate those guys and all the wisdom that they pass on to me and all the great advice I get from week to week to try to, keep progressing myself, and I keep getting better every week.
Well, 200 laps here at the Monster Mile Dover International Speedway can be trying for some of the newer guys and, some of the rookies in the series. How do you personally plan as a driver? How do you plan to attack tonight?
Honestly, I'd love to tell you that I'm amazing at Dover and it's my best track ever, but that would be a lie, man. I'm going to try to hang out, stay safe, and finish the race with a clean Chevrolet Clifford Concrete truck this week.
Yeah, always one of the goals, but the Monster Mile, Dover, Delaware can prove that to be a tough goal to achieve for a lot of drivers. With the steep banking, even down the straightaways here, things can happen quickly as we see lap times, being turned of a 23.7 right now, 23 seconds, just under 24 seconds around this racetrack. You are clicking laps off rather quickly. So, we wish you the best of luck in the pursuit, and throughout the years we've picked up the coverage of the NMNTS Monday Night Thunder Series. Real quick before I let you get back out there, get a few more laps turned in before the drivers meeting, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, man, I'd love to give a great shout out to my teammates at Thunderstruck Racing, also Cowboys of Colorado Springs, Clifford Concrete, and I'd love to give a special shout out to Daddy D's Tanking Services out of Fort Carson, Colorado, and all the great things they do out on the ranges.
And we see that We see it on the bed cover of that 77 truck. Sharp looking truck tonight. We'll hope you can keep it clean, and maybe we'll get to talk in with you later on throughout the night.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for what you do up there.
Oh, it's our pleasure as always. Once again, that was Kenny Yonts, driver of the number 77 Silverado Thunderstruck Racing, Clifford Concrete and Excavation. See, I tell you what, we've got a few more seconds here. Let's see if we can't. Let's get a talk with Zach Kreiser in that number 39 truck. Zach Kreiser, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Well, Zach, coming in here, you've had a pretty successful season. A little ups and downs here and there, but definitely had a fast piece underneath you most weeks. The Monster Mile, though, it's a tough track for a lot of drivers. Tell me a little bit about yourself first and foremost, and then how you plan to attack this racetrack tonight.
I mean, overall, it's been a good season so far. Can't complain. I mean, I haven't been to victory lane yet, but hopefully I'll change tonight. I really do love Dover. I mean, this is one of those tracks where usually when you go to a track, you want to race the other drivers, but I feel like this track, you definitely got to race the track, and passes will come. You kind of just have to stay on top of it, and the corners are definitely getting out of 2 and 4 are going to be a challenge, especially out of turn 4. This practice seemed like it was pretty loose, especially if you got on the throttle too quickly. So as long as we can keep the all 4 tires on the ground and keep all the fenders put together, hopefully we'll be there at the end, and hopefully I'll be able to put the car on victory lane.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've noticed as I've ran here in the past, out of turn 4, it seems like there's that weird little bump right up there against the wall that kind of gets the truck a little light in the rear end. So I feel like that's going to be one of the places to watch tonight, as you noted. I've noticed that the drivers' meeting is getting ready to start, so we're going to turn you loose. Don't want you to miss that. But wanted to get a quick word with you here, let people know who's in that 39 truck, put a voice with the number and everything. And we look forward to watching you out there tonight and hope to talk to you soon.
All right, 10-4, appreciate it.
Was Zachary Kreiser once again in that number 39 truck. Right now, what you're watching is the drivers' meeting. All the trucks have been brought to pit road. We're going to switch it over here, give you some scenic views of this beautiful racetrack and its surroundings. It's a great place to have a race. We'll give you a little track conditions as well. Right now, outside it is 85 degrees with a track temp of about 93 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 17 miles an hour. It's a windy one here at the Dover International Speedway. Partly cloudy with about a 37% humidity. So while it is hot, the humidity is kind of low. So I wouldn't expect to see a lot of slipping and sliding it out. Or you're going to see some slipping and sliding, but at the same time, the track's not as greasy as it could be, so that's probably going to make for a pretty great race. As you see the drivers' meeting continuing, we will run down the ticker here. Joe Burchett stayed on top of the leaderboard with a 23.74. Pacer Popham second, quickest through practice. Jackson Allen third in that number 4 truck, another Thunderstruck Racing truck, someone to keep your eye on tonight. Aiden Young maintained 4th position. He is part of Jaeger Racing with Zachary Kreiser, Matthew Walzenbach, and Sawyer Ott. You'll see the 9s in those. You'll see the 9s. The 9, it is the 9 truck of Aiden Young, the 29 of Matthew Walzenbach, the 49 of Sawyer Ott, and the 39 of Zachary Kreiser, who we spoke to just a second ago. So those are always trucks to keep your eye on. Jared Washawn in the 5th position with teammate Anthony C. in 6th throughout practice. Mark Broderick in 7th. Spence Thompson, the WFO driver, your 2016 Monday Night Thunder champion, 8th quickest throughout practice. Brady Briggs in 9th. Zachary Kreiser in 10th. 11th, Blake Falone. 12th, Zach Lingren. Jeffrey Ford, just to name a few. Look on back, you've got Matthew Walzenbach back there in the 27th position. He'll be looking to better that one through qualifying and throughout the night. Cody Spiker, we mentioned him already. He's in the 28th position. One of those drivers that came in through the Cup Series, raced his way into this series. Definitely shows a lot of promise. Already has a Cup win under his belt. So he'll definitely be one to keep your eye on, especially, you know, if he's coming from the back. Ryan Daniels, we spoke with him. He's in 29th on the speed chart right now. 30th is Brandon Parsons. Your race admin tonight is Robbie Buckner. I'm sorry about that. I can't seem to talk tonight, but Robbie Buckner is your race admin tonight. He's just going right now. What you're seeing is, like I said, they've called these trucks to pit road. They're just giving them the race instructions for the night. Touching base on the rules once again, just give everybody a refresher course. After a week off, we're going to take this time to thank our sponsors here at Backwards Hat Productions. NASCAR Diecast fans, you can check them out on Facebook and Twitter for all of your up-to-date promo codes, release dates, everything you need to know in the diecast world. Thompson Seed and Garden out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. Check them out if you're in the Muskogee area for all of your lawn and garden needs. Rams Designs, Kyle Ramsey and the crew putting out some of the slickest things, both asphalt and dirt. 5-star drafting, our plans outrank theirs. Go check them out if you're needing some plans drafted up in the Florida area. Definitely a one-stop place there. SimSpec PC Towers, longtime friends of the Backwards Hat Productions crew. Also the title sponsor of the Monday Night Thunder Series. You are watching one of the highest paid private leagues on the iRacing service right now, as this series will pay out around $8,500 by the time it's all said and done this season in cash and prizes. So definitely these guys, a lot on the line for these guys. Every week matters, every lap matters with stage points, and we've got a heck of a battle going, as it looks like we're fixing to roll it over here to qualifying. We'll see who can put their name on the Quick Time Award for the Dover International Race or Speedway. Time starting to roll in now as you get a look at the track. Jackson Allen, quickest through qualifying right now with a 23.66. Looks like James McKee is going to be second fastest in the early goings of qualifying right now with a 23.716. Pacer Popham almost matching what he did in practice there, sitting third on the board. Aiden Young fourth. Zachary Kreiser, we spoke to him pre-race, is fifth. Zach Lindgren sixth. Spence Thompson in the seventh. Spence Thompson now bumped down Jackson Allen to the leaderboard. That is quick time with a 23.665. Blake Falone second quickest now. Things starting to shake up just a little bit. Blake Falone with a 23.682. So as you see times start to roll in right now, definitely things shaking up as these times roll in. Spence Thompson 8th on the board. David Heiza in 9th. Anthony C. will round out the top 10 of times turned in right now. Joe Burchett to the top of the board. That is quick time with a 23.634. Gonna bump down Jackson Allen and Blake Falone. Burchett was the fastest in practice, and he matches that with a quick time so far in qualifying. We'll see if we can't get a word with Joe Burchett right now as qualifying continues. Joe Burchett, Bradley Wilson, the backwards hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Joe, as we watch, time's still starting to roll in, but looks like that fast lap you put down of a 23.634 may just hold through for the pole. Tell us a little bit about that blistering lap and about how the truck feels out there for you.
It's definitely difficult out there tonight. It was kind of one of those grip the wheel and hang on and see what we could do. It's really, really loose early in the run until the tires kind of start to wear a little bit. But you know, for that pole lap, I was going to give it everything I could and see if I could get the pole. And I knew I'd be locked into the race then with that. And you know, hopefully I can get some good stage points tonight.
Yeah, stage is coming at 70. They're going to be 75, 75, and then the end 50. Tell us a little bit about how you're planning to attack this thing tonight, and you know, if this time holds through, you're going to have a good position to do it from the pole.
I mean, you know, as always, I'm looking to try to, you know, lead as many laps as I can, stay out front as long as I can. I know most likely it won't happen all night, but hopefully I can keep the truck clean and stay up front, and like I said, at least get maybe a stage win, at least some stage points. Depends on how these cautions fall tonight and how long we get green flag.
Yeah, definitely so. Green flag laps. Maybe, you know, as you mentioned, the Monster Mile tonight, definitely looking to reach up and bite somebody at any point. So, you know, we'll be looking for that throughout the race, and we want to wish you good luck. Before we let you get back down there and, you know, get the final prep in to go for tonight, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just, you know, all the guys over at Overtake. I know they'll be in here shortly to kind of help me spot. And all my sponsors at Swamp Dust Seasoning. And if you're interested in any seasoning products, check out swampdust.com.
Well, there you go. You heard it from the man right now who looks like the pole is going to hold for. That was Joe Burchett, driver of the number 83 Overtake Motorsports machine. I believe I've been joined in the booth by Robbie Buckner, your admin for tonight. Going to make the walk through the door here. Robbie, how are you?
What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, just sitting up here in the booth, missing you in a way. Not sure what to do with all this airtime.
Well, man, I'm heading up in the admin booth watching everybody. Just got done with the drivers' meeting. All drivers seem pumped, ready to go tonight. Looks like we're gonna have a good race. And I was walking up here to check you out, talk to you, see what you're up to, and actually come across one of our fellow broadcaster slash TV production people that was hanging out at the track, and thought I might bring him up here, let him entertain you and the folks for a little bit, help you guys out for tonight, since unfortunately, like I said, I'm over in the admin booth. But want to know if you and the backwards hat people would like to have a little company for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely so. As I see now who you got there in the doorway with you. That, of course, being Josh Medlock from Max Speed TV. Josh, how are you tonight?
Oh man, I'm doing fine. Ready for some truck action here.
Yes, sir. 200 laps from Dover International Speedway, the Monster Mile. Sure to be an exciting race. As you watch practice, what did you see out there?
I just, sitting here, got caught up. Got about 30 minutes of practice that I was watching, and man, I'm seeing some fast trucks out there, 34 fast action trucks, man, ready to go bumper to bumper here at this Monster Mile, and I think it's gonna be a good race. Gonna be some fast speeds, and I'm sure they're gonna be doing some bumping and some banging too.
Yeah, fast speeds definitely is. Once again, Joe Burchett is your pole sitter tonight with a 23.634. That is, as you said, just hauling around here. We talked to him. He said it was almost ragged edge, so definitely going to prove to be some excitement, I have a feeling. Well,
exactly.
See, I tell you what, let's get a talk with Jackson Allen, who's going to start outside the front row. We'll let Robbie get back to the admin duties. We do appreciate him stopping by, bringing you in here. I didn't notice you walking around down there, so good to see you. And
Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir. There he is. We'll get a hold of old Jackson Allen here. Jackson Allen, Bradley Wilson, Backwards Hat Productions. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. We were just talking about that fast lap you put down to start outside the front row with a 23.665. Tell us a little bit about that lap and what track conditions look like to you out there tonight.
Oh, it was a good lap, and I was fingers crossed hoping it would hold up. But old Joe there, he's very fast here. I watched a race, an Xfinity race that he was in, and he put down some good laps there. The track though, very very good through 1 and 2. On the long run, we'll get tight over there. 3 and 4, man, it seems like it's different every time you go through turns 3 and 4. One time you'll come through there and you'll be tight. Next time you come off a 4 spinning out, it's the Monster Mile, and it's got a couple ways to beat you here.
Well, we definitely want to give you congratulations also for winning last night's super late model race with the NMNTS Super Series on Sunday nights here. Was there anything that you picked up last night that maybe you can transfer over to tonight and use, or is it just kind of a whole different animal tonight?
I wish I could say that I could, but no, these trucks are just a different animal from those super late models, unfortunately. Just to maybe how to just maintain a pace over the long run is about the best you can pull from that series, which is just what you got to do no matter what here with these trucks and with this track.
I know, unlike tonight in the Super Series on Sunday nights, there's also a tire rule where you only get one set of tires, so maybe a little tire conservation as well could have been picked up from last night.
Yeah, that's going to be the name of the game here. Is I think we're going 75 laps per stage here, so you can do that on fuel, but you're not going to be able to do that on tires. So it'll definitely be a tire management game, and then you're going to be racing the track pretty much more than you're going to be racing the other drivers out there.
Well, as before I let you go, I wanted to kind of bring up the point and get your take on it. I've noticed as I was looking through the point standings the other day, and I'd heard you talk about it a little bit, the fact that you've been able to pick up stage points, pretty much at will at times, winning stages and picking up stage points, and then just something always seems to bite you, in the closing laps, and maybe not getting those finishes that you would like to get. Tell us a little bit about how that plays into this track that, can sneak up and bite you at any time, and, maybe steps that you're looking to take to, finish one of these things out.
Yeah, we've had the bad luck monkey on our back for this whole Monday Night Thunder series. I think I kicked him off in that Cup series, winning 2 in a row there, and had a shot at 3 poles in a row over there. And then last night kind of gave us a little bit of momentum. Hopefully, I can translate that into this series. We've just, man, it's just one thing after another between getting the old throughput, getting kicked out, to just plain out spinning myself out at Rockingham, and that's what this track is closest to driving like is the Rockingham. So hopefully we'll avoid that. I've got thousands of laps on this track, and when we raced Rockingham, that was my first time there. So hopefully we can use that experience and then the amount of laps that we have here to our advantage in this one.
Yeah, most definitely so. Well, as you mentioned, I hope maybe you got that monkey off your back, threw him in a grinder, and hopefully we could be talking to you from Victory Lane later tonight.
Well, that'd be nice. Keep that broom alive, huh?
Yeah, definitely. So, first, this could be the first step to the sweep was last night. Could definitely come a step closer, and then tomorrow night we'll be right back here in Cup action. Before we let you get down there, get with your crew, get the final prep going, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout-out to?
Oh, absolutely. Got to give a shout-out to you guys for picking up the broadcast and everything that you guys do. It's always a good show. Big shout-out to the Thunderstruck team and all my teammates there. They're really trying hard in this one. I think this track's tough for everybody, so trying to help them out best I can with this one. Shout out to the sponsors, kingwin.net, Fanatical, the Hub Sim Racing giveaways, dirtondirt.com, Big Apple Buddy, all those guys, and of course SimSpec for being the title sponsor here.
All right, well, sounds good. We'll let you get back down there with your team and get ready to go tonight. We sure look forward to seeing some good things from you. Once again, that was Jackson Allen going to start outside the front row in that number 4 truck. Some people may know him as Salty Broccoli over there on the Twitch world, does a lot of live streaming. So if you want to see an in-depth look into the inside of one of these trucks and, watch a race from a driver's view, you can definitely go check him out sometime. Well, Josh, a lot of optimism tonight, I would say, about how drivers are planning to attack this track and, the overall track conditions.
Yeah, Dover is just one of those tracks, Bradley, that, with it being only a mile long, you've got to attack it in a way that it's going to help and benefit you and your team later on in the race. You said it yourself that y'all have, the tire rule set and all that. So now that's going to play into effect with the strategies coming, throughout the race. And I've called many races at Dover, and just no matter how many rules you set into place, the strategy always plays into effect toward the end.
Yeah, well, I talked about this place can jump up and bite you quickly with all that banking. Even the straightaways here, banked pretty heavily, unlike some tracks. It's real easy for a truck to get into that outside wall and come skating down and collect a few more who could just be innocent bystanders.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you get into that wall, it grabs a hold of you like an electrical cord does when you get shocked. It just does not want to let go. And then if you do it wrong, if you try to get off that wall wrong, and you're around other vehicles, it's not pretty. And let's hope that don't happen tonight here with these drivers. You got 35 trucks out there, and that's a big field for Dover.
Yeah, definitely so. These trucks are going to come storming to life here momentarily as final preparations being made for tonight's 200-lap race here at the Monster Mile. The Backwards Hat Productions 200 will begin here shortly. We're going to take a quick commercial break before it starts. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Dover International Speedway, Dover, Delaware, the site for tonight's Backwards Hat Productions 200. Once again, I am Bradley Wilson, joined here in the booth by Josh Murdoch, Max Speed TV. So definitely glad to, or Medlock, I'm sorry, I don't know why I called you Murdoch. Josh Medlock, definitely glad to have you on board with us here in the Backwards Hat Production booth. For tonight, drivers making once again final preparations to get going here. Josh, we're gonna start this thing off. Usually, I have Robbie up here with me, and we'll each pick a driver, and I'll let you go first. You know, being my guest here tonight, who you think's gonna pull one out tonight?
I got to looking at the drivers out here this evening, and I'm gonna actually I'm gonna have to go with and pick that number 89 machinist Spence Thompson out there. Qualified at currently looking at 12th right now, but Dover is pretty much a self-cleaning track. As we know, it's just Dover. It's the Monster Mile. They call it that for a reason. But I'm going to go with that 89 of Spence Thompson.
Always a good pick. The 2016 Monday Night Thunder champion. I believe I'm actually going to take, let's see, as I look through the field here, I think I'm going to go... we'll go kind of a dark horse pick here, so to speak, maybe. And I am going to take Zachary Kreiser to pull off his first Monday Night Thunder win tonight here at Dover. Well, here we go. Trucks on the track right now. As you begin to look at the field start to grid, I'll run down the starting order with you. Starting from the pole tonight, the driver out of Virginia, that's the 83 truck of Joey Burchett. To his outside, you're going to have the 4 truck of Jackson Allen, driver also out of Virginia. The next row back, starting in the third position, that number 11 Pokemon truck, driver out of Florida, that's Blake Falone. To Blake's outside, you will have the 1 truck of Pacer Popham. Actually, I jumped ahead of myself there. You'll have the 8 truck of James McKee. 1 row back, that's where you'll find Pacer Popham in the 1 truck. To his outside, you're going to have Aiden Young in the 9. Zachary Kreiser makes up the inside of the next row in that 39 truck. To his outside, you're going to have the 32 truck of Mark Broderick. 1 row back, that's where you're going to find the 85 truck 5-star Drafting Incorporated WFO driver of Zach Lindgren. Current points leader Jared Mogard in the 3 truck out of the Midwest region. To his outside, Christopher Lewis makes up the inside row 1 back. To his outside, 2016 truck champion Spence Thompson. 1 row back, that's David Heiza in the 711 truck. To his outside, newcomer to the series in the 51, Brady Briggs. Anthony C. will start inside the next row. To his outside, you'll have the 31 truck of Jerry Glenn. 1 row back from that's where you're going to find the evil outlaw, Michael Redding, in that Toyota Tundra out of Batesville, Arkansas. To his outside, you're going to have the number 7 making his very first start in the NMNTS Monday Night Thunder Series, Austin Tremblay. 1 row back, we talked to him earlier in the night, the 77 Clifford Concrete and Excavation truck, that is Kenny Yance. To his outside, the driver out of Canada in the 818, Derek Robinson. You're going to have your 2017 Grand National Series points champion Gordon Larson out of Alabama. 1 row back. To his outside, you're going to have Sawyer Ott in the 49 truck. Oh, little trouble already for Sawyer. Looks like Ryan Daniels will start the next row back. To his outside, Cody Spiker in the 22. As the rest of the field begins to file in, they're all going to do it behind Joe Burchett. Pace car is in. Burchett has control. Green flag in the air. Burchett on the loud pedal. Field roars to life down into turn number 1. Burchett gets a good run through the bottom through 1 and 2. Will look to slide Jackson Allen this time down the backstretch. As the field storms by to complete lap 1, Burchett still out front. A little deeper in the field, we've got all sorts of action right now. You've got Kenny Yance battling with the 22 of Cody Spiker. This is going to be for the 20th and 21st positions. As you see these trucks storm around Dover, Josh.
Oh yeah, they are fast around Dover. I mean, you put pretty much any vehicle out here at Dover, and man, they fly around this track. You're gonna have to watch it throughout the races. What line is gonna be key here tonight? Because we know how Dover's line can change from bottom to top. Is it gonna be to the bottom throughout the whole race, or are they gonna run the mid to the high line later on? And that's gonna be something to watch here too, and of course tire wear especially.
Yeah, tire wear gonna be the key, as you heard Jackson Allen talk about it. Jackson Allen right now started second, still running there in the opening laps. He's got Blake Falone behind him. Right now we've got a battle back behind them with Pacer Popham and Aiden Young. Aiden looks to the bottom coming out of turn number 4 to take that position away.
Number 9 machine has not completed the pass yet on that one of PJ Pop. Oh, we got a caution.
Caution flag on the speedway. Looks like calamity down in turn number 1 is going to strike. We're going to go back and see if we can't get a look at just what happened there. Looks like it is going to be between contact with the 95 of Jeff Ford and the 99 of Ronald White. I'm bringing you in on the tail end of it. However, we will go back, take one more look at it. Jeff Ford may have got loose off the bottom, collects Ronald White and a host of other trucks. Josh, that's kind of what we were talking about. You know, the wreck can start on the top of the racetrack, and before you know it, it could be down in front of you.
Exactly. You know, we've seen that, you know, it happens in such a quick moment there. Ronald White and the number 99 and the number 95 machine making contact together, and it just happens so fast that that wall is not friendly.
Yeah, not friendly at all here at the Monster Mile. Miles the Monster already collects a few trucks here. Those trucks will definitely be looking to come to pit road this time, get some service. We get a look. Pit road right now, looks like Ronald White going to bring that 99 truck to pit road, as well as quite a few other trucks, which is not really surprising. You know, if you're right now running about 15th on back, why not take tires when you get the chance?
Tires going to be a key, and you know, you said how many sets do you get throughout the whole race? You know,
well, in the super late model series, you only get one set. These guys have unlimited sets. But we were kind of talking to Jackson Allen, and he won last night's race with that tire rule. And we're kind of, you know, I was kind of wondering if maybe, you know, that tire rule last night will help you preserve tires, even though you can come down and get them when you need them here. You know, you've got that in the back of your mind, and maybe you've kind of trained yourself, okay, let's take care of the tires here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, with unlimited tire sets is fine, but you know, you also want to save as well. You know, run as many laps as you possibly can throughout the race. You know, before you take that set. So you know, just keep that in mind that it's going to wear tires down. But I'm sure you have seen it in your time of racing here on iRacing. You know, people who know how to save tires on pretty much any track. Most
definitely. The guy that has that pretty pretty well down. I've seen him race in multiple series. Is the guy you're riding on board with right now. Looking off the back of the roof of the 83 truck, Joe Burchett. I see out in the Facebook chat, we've got Don Lewis, who asked if this race is happening right now. Yes, sir, Mr. Lewis. You are seeing the action live as we bring it to you tonight from the NMNTS Racing Series at the Dover International Speedway. We continue to pace around. Joe Burchett's your leader right now. Got out front from the pole, has led every lap. Jackson Allen started the outside pole, continues to run in second. Blake Falone started third, is in third. PJ Popham is up from fifth to looks like fourth. Aiden Young from sixth to fifth. So in the opening laps, not a whole lot of time for guys to really make a move, you know, a spot or two here or there, but I would expect if we get that to be green flag, you're going to be looking at some fast trucks who may not have had the best qualifying runs come up through the field.
Exactly, you know, only 7 laps in, and then the caution happens. You know, you don't really see what the track's going to do and the car, how the truck's going to handle. So hopefully they get that long green flag run in to kind of see what it's going to take to maybe pull out a victory here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. So as let's go on board. We'll go on board with Blake Falone. Look off the roof of that Pokemon truck for this restart as the pace car brings them through 3 and 4. Joe Burchett will have control of the field. Joe Burchett can elect when to go anytime all 4 tires of the pace car leave the racing surface. That is the elected restart zone as the field begins to pick up speed now. Burchett on the loud pedal, green flag in the air. We're back underway here. Burchett gets a good jump. Gonna clear Jackson Allen going into 1. Blake Falone gonna look to the inside of Pacer Popham. This is a battle for the 3rd position. Trucks begin to work their way through 3 and 4 now down the front stretch. Joe Burchett still your leader. Got a nice little battle here for the 3rd position, a little further back in the pack. You see Kenny Yance there battling with Matthew Walzenbach. Walzenbach's kind of had somewhat of a rough season starting out this year. Definitely looking to maybe turn the page here tonight at Dover.
Oh, we had one into the wall. Good save. The number 7 machine of Austin Trombley. Not saved by the number 7 machine.
Austin Trombley, once again, we mentioned making his first start with the Monday Night Thunder Series here. Trying to get his feet wet. As you see him running right about the 15th position right now. Up a few spots from the 18th position. So definitely on the move. We'll see if he can't get it going. You mentioned he got the wall just a little bit here. We'll look off of the roof of that truck. You do see the right front fender a little pushed in there. Not too bad though. I wouldn't expect it to affect him very much, Josh.
Yeah, it's probably not going to affect him very much, but we have a smoker on the track on the back stretch in that number 29 machine of Matthew Welzenbach. Not sure exactly what happened to Matthew, but he is smoking.
Oh, we talked about the driver out of California who's had a rough start to the year, looking to get things turned around. Definitely not something you want to see for him. As we check back out on Joe Burchett right now, who has opened up about a half a second lead on Jackson Allen in that Swamp Dust Seasoning number 83 truck, Overtake Motorsports.
That number 9 machine again, looking to the inside of that 11 of Blake Falone.
Looks through the inside, through 3 and 4 down the front stretch. Looks like Blake will have the momentum. It'll carry him down into turn 1, but Aiden Young refusing to go away here. They continue to battle through 3 and 4 now. Aiden Young still working the bottom. Looks like Falone's going to shut the door this time.
He did. He closed that gap.
Yeah, he definitely did close the door on him. Aiden made a good run to the bottom. It seemed like maybe that Falone had that, had a little bit of advantage working the top side there. Aiden not able to slide up off the corners like he would have wanted. We go on board now with your 2016 NMNTS champion, Spence Thompson, who runs in the 9th position. Look off the back of the AC Delco number 89 truck to your points leader, Jared Mogard. Started a little deeper in the field than he's used to tonight. As I mentioned, he's been on a tear, winning just about everything you can win stage and race-wise for the last 3 weeks, as he looks to make a move to the inside of Thompson.
That number 3 machine of Jerry Mogard got a nice run there onto the inside. Spence Thompson in the 89 pretty much had no chance, just let him by. Said, okay, go.
Well, as Thompson falls to Mogard there, you get a good look at the field coming off turn 4 and down the front stretch. While we've been covering all this action, Jackson Allen has closed it down to about a 10th right now on Joe Burchett, the leader, who has led every lap from the drop of the green from the pole. Nice little battle here. This is going to be for the 7th and 8th position, as you've got James McKee battling with Christopher Matthews. Once again, Mogard on the charge as he looks to close in on Matthews, but Thompson now going to look to battle with Mogard.
Another thing that we're going to have to watch is the fuel run here, because, the more fuel that burns out of these trucks, the lighter that back end gets. And you're going to notice that back end start to slide a little bit more than what it would be, with it full. Of course, with the tire wear on top of that, it makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah, Jackson Allen alluded to that just a little bit. He said that the tire wear, he felt like the tires were definitely going to run out before the fuel. The first stage will end at 75, so we'll see maybe if pit strategy comes into effect during this stage 1. As you get a look off the pillar right down the window net at Jackson Allen, he has closed the gap to race leader Joe Burchett by about another 2/10, so Allen is on the move.
Like we always say, catching them is the easiest part. It's getting around them, safely is the key to it. You can catch up to them all day long, but can you get around them?
Catching them is one thing, passing them is another. As we see right now, Blake Falone has moved into the 3rd position. This action you're seeing right now is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. That has allowed your leaders to get out a little bit, but Zach Lindgren now going to like to move on Aiden Young out of turn 4 on the high side. See him storm down the backstretch here. All this action happening just in front of James McKee in that number 8 Pepsi truck. Big mover in the field right now we're going to bring to mention is Jared Washon. Jared Washon's currently in the 16th spot, but that's coming up from the 33rd spot.
Big mover.
Big mover on the night. Definitely wasting no time picking them off. Setting them up, knocking them down as he begins to now have his sights set on the number 96 truck. That is the teammate there at the Prodigy Racing Association, Anthony C. Just in front of them, you've got Jerry Glenn.
Not to interrupt you, but Brandon Parsons had a moment there, no caution.
Looks like he's stuck on the outside now. Kenny Yount's going to go around him here. Kenny gets a little loose out of turn 4. Has to save it. That's going to allow Derek Robinson in that 818. And Trevor Harmon, a guy we haven't really talked about tonight. Oh, caution flag flies. I'm not exactly sure as I look at my track graphic here and try to figure out just where it was.
I believe it was the 43 of Craig Lerman, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, Lerman with some damage. We'll go back and see if we can't take a look at just what happened to him there. He was slow on the apron down the front stretch. Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna join this here. He was battling with the number 90 of Terry Mason. Little contact there between the two is going to send Lehrman spinning down the front stretch. We will go on board with Terry Mason and see what he saw. That's one of those things, Josh, as we take a look at it there. Lehrman, it looks like Lehrman kind of come off the bottom there. The momentum will carry you up to the wall along with the bottom side being a little slick. And that looks like it might have been the case as he kind of come up, made contact with the 90 truck of Terry Mason.
Yeah, having that momentum coming up and you not realizing somebody may be on the outside of you. And all it takes is just the slightest bump at the high speeds coming out of the corner, moving up onto the track. Toward the wall, and that's exactly what will happen. You get clipped and unfortunately get spun more into the wall.
Well, we'll watch the battle off pit road here as just about the whole field's going to bring him down. Joe Burchett, of course, has the preferred pit stall. He and Jackson Allen going to race out of pit road, but it will be Burchett who looks to beat Allen out of pit road, as I believe the 2 truck of Michael Redding stayed out under that caution and looks to maybe be your race leader right now.
He is currently your race leader, but he has not officially led a lap here yet.
Looks like Redding is going to bring it to pit road now. Maybe just stayed out to get a lap led, get that bonus point. Joe Burchett will reassume the lead. He's pretty much been there since the drop of the green flag, led it from the pole. We will get a talk with him now and see just how things are shaking up for that 83 truck. Actually, looks like he is talking with the team right now, so we'll get a talk with Jackson Allen, see just how things are going. We talked to him pre-race. Jackson Allen, Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, sir.
Well, through the early laps here, we saw Burchett kind of get away from you on that restart, and then you were able to run him down. Tell us now that you've got a few laps on those tires since the start of the green, just how the track's looking for you and how your night is going since we've talked.
Oh man, it's still real early here. I was just feeling her out, seeing what she's going to do. That was a good 30 laps on her tires there. I think he probably learned a little bit because he took off a little bit too fast. We'll see what he does on this next green flag run here, because we just plain out saved him. And 10 more laps I would have passed him, but it is what it is. Caution come out. We all got freshies now, and we'll get back going here. We got about 40 lap run to the finish, or to the finish of the first stage here.
Yes, sir. Well, good luck, and we'll see if we can't maybe be talking to you as your stage 1 winner a little later on.
10-4, thank you.
That was once again Jackson Allen, Thunderstruck Racing number 4 truck. The field now doubles up 2 by 2 as we'll get ready to go green next time by. Get a look off the back of Burchett's truck as he's going to bring him to the restart. Field begins to work through 3 and 4 now. Be looking for that pace car to duck off. Coming out of turn 4, bring these trucks back to life. As we will come to lap 35 of 200. We've had 2 cautions so far for 8 laps. So the magical number is 75. That's going to be the caution for stage 1. Burchett on the loud pedal brings the field back to life. Green flag in the air. Looks like he gets another good jump on Jackson Allen as he'll clear him going down into turn number 1.
Joe Burchett wasted no time. He was on the loud pedal before he even came out of the corner.
And Pacer Popham right now running in 3rd, but looks like he's got his hands full with Blake Falone in the 11. And don't look now, but the man who started 10th's up 5 positions, your points leader, Jared Mogard. We're right on the gyro cam with Mogard. Josh, we were talking about the banking. There's not a flat spot at this racetrack. Maybe the apron or pit road, but other than that, banking all around.
Yeah, banking all around this track. The only flat spot I do believe is on the apron, and of course pit road at that. But yeah, you're constantly on the wheel to keep it straight, so you're basically constantly turning.
Good battles once again all around this racetrack. You see Gordon Larson back here. He's currently in the 19th position. Started 21st, so up a few spots. Maybe just letting that race come to him and see where he can shake out. We'll check out the 51 truck now of Brady Briggs as he works there with teammate Spence Thompson. Behind them, my pick for tonight, Zachary Kreiser in that 39 truck. Action all around this racetrack. You see Cody Spiker running the bottom. That is for the 15th position. We go back up front now. Joe Burchett stretched it out to almost a half a second on Jackson Allen right now. You heard Jackson say that he had just kind of saved tires up to the point where he started to catch Burchett. Last lap for Joey Burchett was a 24.268 to Jackson Allen's 24.360. Joe Burchett didn't have the fastest truck on the racetrack though. That belonged to Christopher Matthews, who is in the 9th position. You see Matthews there working behind the number 9 of Aiden Young. For the most part right now, this field is just kind of single file and riding right around the bottom. You see a few trucks trying to see if the high side's coming in yet. No real big moves being made right now, though. Jared Mogard's on the move as he's going to be looking to the inside of Blake Falone this time. Gets a good run down the front stretch through 1 and 2. Falone going to fight back down the back stretch on the outside, though. This is a battle for 5th and 6th. As they come out of turn 4, Falone still fights. Look like Mogard's going to fall back in line there. Going to be James McKee now kind of looking to the inside of Mogard down the back stretch. Running in that 6th position. Caution flag will fly. caution flag on the racetrack. I'm going to see if I can go back and see just where this took place. It was your newcomer, the number 7, Austin Tremblay. We'll go back and take a look at it out of turn 4. Looks like he was trying to work under the 77 Clifford concrete truck of Kenny Yance. Gonna get a little loose there, do his best to keep it off the wall, but unfortunately collects the inside wall, bringing out the caution and some damage to the 7 truck. A tough break for the driver out of Ohio who was making his first start. The field now comes down pit road. This is a slow pit road. You feel like you're never really going to get to the end of, as the trucks do 35 miles an hour for the pit limit speed here. Jackson Allen is going to beat the pack off of pit road. Joe Burchett, however, looks like he may have stayed out along with the 1 truck of PJ Popham.
And he did.
Interesting call. Some strategies already starting to work out. You saw Jackson Allen take advantage, get some fresh tires, but your top 2 stay out along with a few others right now, as it looks like Anthony C. in that 98 truck stayed out as well.
Different strategies playing in a little early tonight, Bradley. As you can see, people trying to get some points. Now Joe Burchett has led 45 laps, and now here tonight he's been on a roll since he's got up front. And PJ Popham has led 1 lap here so far as well.
Yes, sir. It's been all Joe Burchett so far. As we are, I'll tell you what, let's get a talk with the number 1 truck of Pacer Popham and see about that strategy call to possibly stay out here. PJ Popham, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
10-4, Bradley.
Well, we saw you stay out under that caution there. I feel like you've got a pretty good balance under that number 1 truck tonight.
It's pretty tight behind some trucks. Once you get a little clean air on the nose, a little rubber off the tires, I was starting to catch back up there. I was trying to get down pit road. I ducked out, and then once the 83 truck hit the end of the pit wall, I couldn't get down, so I just stayed out.
Oh, definitely so. We were kind of wondering maybe if the strategy call coming into play there for you or what, so we'll look to get going here. We've noticed you've been right about the top 5. You said, you know, as we go 1 to green here, but passing looks to be kind of scarce right now.
Yeah, you got to do it while the tires are fresh, or it's hard to pass. You know, you get pinched down coming out of turns 2 and turns 4, and you can't carry the momentum to complete the pass. So.
Well, good luck to you the rest of the night, and maybe we'll be talking to you as your stage 1 winner at the conclusion of lap 75.
I hope so, Brad. 10-4.
Once again, that was Pacer Popham, driver of the number 1 truck. Josh said that he just couldn't get down, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what they can do here. As he and Joe Burchett are going to make up the front row. We'll go green this time by. We'll ride off the roof of the 98 truck. Green flag in the air. Burchett back on the loud pedal and away. Once again gets a good jump early on the field. You notice he didn't make that lane change till the start-finish line. Per the rule of the NMNTS that you cannot make that lane change until the start-finish.
Now, I've noticed that rule is being in play in a lot of leagues. It keeps the caution down at the beginning of a restart or the start of a race, which is a good rule.
Well, Popham stayed out on those old tires. Burchett got away, but here comes Jackson Allen on 4 fresh Goodyears, looking to take second spot away. Jared Mogard in tow in the 3 truck. Blake Falone right behind them in the 11. And then back here right around Mark Broderick, you've got a gaggle of trucks.
You got the 8 of James McKee back here in that number 8 Pepsi machine. Right behind him, they're 2 wide here. The 92, the 98 machine, side by side.
Oh! Pacer Popham goes around out on the backstretch. We talked about him staying out there. Looks like we're going to go back and get a look at it. You were riding on board with Brady Briggs as that all unfolded. A tough break for the 1 truck of Popham. Oh, that collects quite a few trucks right there. It looked like maybe he was going to slide up on the 4 of Jackson Allen. Wasn't quite clear. We're going to get a look at this a little deeper in the field. As you saw, trucks scattering to miss him. One truck who could not avoid the wreck is the 9 truck of Aiden Young. A tough break for that driver. We'll go on board with Aiden. One more time here. It's really a tough break for Aiden, Josh, as he was behind the 92 of Christopher Matthews. You're going to see him come out of turn 2 here. Matthews goes high to avoid the spinning truck of Popham.
Aiden just had nowhere to go and just could not brake in time and just slammed right into PJ.
Yeah, a tough break definitely for Aiden Young, the driver out of New England. That's one of those things we were talking about, though. A truck starts to spin down the track and it can leave you with nowhere to go in a hurry. Pit cycles, pit strategies starting to play into effect here. As you see, Joe Burchett stayed out under the last caution, but will pit this time. That's going to shuffle him through the field just a little bit. Guys like Cody Spiker, who sits in 3rd right now, driver out of Pennsylvania who pitted that last time. Cody started in the 24th spot and is now up to 3rd through the pit cycles. Definitely a lot of strategies playing out here. We'll see if we can't get a talk with the 22 of Spiker. Cody Spiker, this is Bradley Wilson in the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Well, pit cycle starting to shake things up a little bit here. I noticed you pitted under that last one, stayed out under this one, up from 24th to 3rd. How's that truck feeling for you tonight?
It's really tight. I'm struggling getting off turn 4, but that last restart there, I ran the high side and it kind of worked for me. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, like I mentioned, you started 24th to 3rd. Do you feel like track position's going to come into play tonight?
Yeah, it's hard to pass, but there's definitely guys that are faster than me. But we'll see what happens here.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll be looking forward to maybe being able to talk to you at the end of stage 1 right now as you come to complete lap 55. About 20 laps from now, we're going to have a stage break. So best of luck moving forward and throughout your night as well.
All right, thanks, Bradley.
Once again, that was Cody Spiker, driver of the number 22 truck. Josh, you're definitely starting to see some different strategies play out a little bit. Cody Spiker mentioned it was a little hard to pass there, so he stays out, comes from 24th to 3rd right now. The man out front, though, has a little front end damage as he didn't completely escape Pacer Popham in that wreck. You saw Pacer come up on him a little bit. It's going to be a little interesting to see just how that damage affects Jackson Allen. Jackson Allen brings the field to life out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. We are back underway. Cody Spiker gets a good jump in the 22 truck. He's going to look to work under James McKee through 1 and 2. Gordon Larson Jr. also on the move right now as he battles with the 71 of Ryan Daniels. Joe Burchett, the early leader and commander of this race, stuck back in traffic for the first time. He's currently running in the 8th position. To his outside, you've got Zach Lindgren. Christopher Matthews now going to work the inside of Lindgren. Gaggle of trucks back here. This is around the 13th position. See Joseph Anwar in that number 13, Anthony C in the 98, Blake Falone in the 11. All tight quarters racing right now. It's been single file at times, but right now these trucks 2x2 putting on a show as they storm down into turn 3.
Watch that number 98 machine of Anthony C. making moves onto the inside of that total 0 of Gordon Larson Jr. up here for that 9th position. They're still side by side.
Side by side now, Anthony C is going to clear him, going to bring teammate Jared Washawn to the inside with him. Washawn looks to work to the inside now of the 00 of Gordon Larson. Spence Thompson makes the move on Ryan Daniels. Spence Thompson is up to the 9th position right now, started 12th. Kind of been lingering right there in the middle of the pack.
Bradley Briggs, the 51 machine, now looking to the inside of the 00 to try to go into that 12th position. Will complete the pass on him.
Brady Briggs making a strong showing in his 2nd week for the WFO camp. Mama Briggs, you'll be happy to know your driver's keeping her clean and green right now. Moved up from the 14th position to 13th. So he's running right about where he started, but definitely a strong showing so far as that truck still looks pretty clean as it rolled off the transporter. A little further back in the field, you've got Kenny Yance. We talked to him earlier, talking about how he wanted to keep that truck clean. As you look at him currently running in the 18th position, Clifford Concrete Daddy D's Tanker Service 77 truck.
One thing I wanted to mention, Bradley, is going a laps down here at Dover, as if you go a lap down under green flag conditions during pit stops, it's not that hard to get your lap back because everybody pits and then it cycles through. But when you go a lap down, unfortunately, if you get into an accident and there's those long green flag runs, it is so hard to get your lap back.
Definitely so, and especially if you're a lap down, you're already fighting to get back on the lead lap, and the truck may not be handling like you would want it to. And Dover International Speedway is one of those places that if you've got an ill handling truck, it can make for a very long afternoon here. Get a look at the 13 truck. He started to look to the inside of Gordon Larson's going to continue to run the high side through 3 and 4. Zachary Kreiser right there behind Andewar, though, possibly looking to make a move down here in turn 1. Kreiser going to run it to the bottom. Can't quite get the run. Things will stay the same down the backstretch. Kreiser still looking to the bottom as we go into 3 and 4. This is a battle for the 14th and 15th positions. Up front, you've got Joe Burchett, who started a little further in the pack after pitting on that last pit cycle, has now moved his way into the 2nd position and will looking to be on the move to run down Jackson Allen.
Jackson Allen coming up on a lap traffic here. Not sure that would be the number 99 machine of Ronald Watt.
Oh, Ronald went to go to the inside to give the leaders the high side there, but a late move is going to bring Burchett right to the tailgate of Jackson Allen. Single file through 3 and 4, but you know Burchett's on fresher tires. Definitely going to be looking to get back to the point where he spent most of the night. Runs it right to the bumper. Now to the bottom goes Joe Burchett. Battle for the lead. Burchett's going to scoot on by, clear Allen out of 2. New leader, Joe Burchett in the 83 truck.
Burchett back up there where he started. Well, Jackson Allen started 2nd, currently running in 2nd, but he's got company with James McKee in that number 8 Pepsi machine.
James McKee started 4th, now running in the 3rd position. As I mentioned, there's been, even virtue of the pit stops, there's been some shakeups, but the top 3 or 4 look to have pretty stout pieces underneath them right now and run just about where they started. Get a look at a nice battle here. That's teammates Zach Lindgren and Spence Thompson just ahead of the evil outlaw Michael Redding. This battle's for the 7th and the 8th positions. Nice to see Michael Redding having a good run inside the top 10 in the early portions of this races. Redding now going to work to the bottom of Spence Thompson through 1 and 2. Can't quite get there. That's going to open the door up for Jared Washon. Jared Washon in that 96 Prodigy Racing Association truck is your big mover right now, up from 33rd to 9th as the caution will fly once again. That is your stage break. I got so busy watching the action, Josh, I almost forgot about the stage break. That is going to wrap it up. Looks like Joe Burchett's going to bring home your stage win. In 2nd will be the 8 truck of James McKee as he was able to get around Jackson Allen. Jackson Allen 3rd. Christopher Matthews going to round out stage 1 in 4th. 5th will be Cody Spiker. 6th will be the 85 truck of Zach Lindgren. 7th, the 89 of Spence Thompson. Jared Washon, the big mover on the night, is going to round it up. That first stage went from 33rd to 8th. Michael Redding will finish out stage 1 in 9th. And the last truck receiving points will be Anthony C. in that 98 truck. If you're wondering how the stages work, stage points are awarded to the top 10, and the winner of the stage will get 10 points, and then it cascades 1 point down from there. So every driver I just listed off in stage 1 receiving points, with Anthony C being the last driver in the 10th position receiving 1 point. Pit road a busy place, Josh.
Oh yeah, everybody deciding to come down pit road. It looks like the number 3, Jared Mogard, has elected to stay out.
Mogard, once again we mentioned, Mogard's been on a tear in the past 3 weeks, winning stages, races, just about anything you can win. Mogard's won it. He started a little further back in the pack than he's used to, and I do believe he's staying out. You know, he was on a little bit of a different pit cycle maybe, but we ran a good portion of green flag laps there, so we'll see what Mogard does. Joe Brichette's going to win the battle off of pit road, beating out James McKee in that 8 truck. Looks like there may actually be a little bit of damage to the 3 truck. There he is. Like he may have gotten the outside wall at some point. As you see, the right front fender, the hood and the nose has a little bit of damage.
But yes, he does.
So I would guess as he brings it down to pit road, he might have stayed out just to collect a bonus point.
Which he did do that. He did lead a lap, so Jared Mogard will get a bonus point.
We'll see if we can't get a talk with Joe Brichette right now. He was your stage 1 winner. Joe Brichette, this is Bradley Wilson in the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, stage 1 winner, we saw you through the pit cycles have to come through some trucks to do it. How's that truck feeling in traffic versus the clean air?
It seems to be a little bit tighter behind other trucks, but seems like once we can get a few laps underneath these tires, it kind of starts to come in and grip like I want it to, and seems like I can make a few passes where other people can't.
Yeah, passing's definitely been one of those things that some people have been able to do, while others have said it's a little hard to pass out there. Definitely on the right track though. Started on the pole, going to win stage 1 and lead us down to start stage 2. So congratulations on that stage 1 win, and we'll continue to monitor you throughout the night, and maybe we'll be talking to you as our stage 2 winner as well.
All right, thank you guys.
Once again, that was Joe Brichette, winner of stage number 1 in the Overtake Motorsports number 83 truck. An interesting fact here, Josh, a bunch of these teams are multi-team trucks. Joe Brichette, however, in that Overtake number 83 truck is a single truck operation.
I did not know that.
And so we're you know, other guys can bounce ideas and maybe talk about, you know, how the truck's running and what they're seeing out there with their teammates under these cautions. Joe Brichette, the single truck team right now, you mentioned, I know he's got a spotter and a crew chief, so to speak, that, you know, come in and help him out every Monday night. But you know, Joe Brichette doing a pretty good job of just feeling things out. You know, has his own information to rely on there.
Exactly.
We are going to go green this time, as the pace car is going to make that hard left off to pit road. Joe Brichette will bring the field to life. Joe Brichette on the loud pedal now, gets a good little jump once again, as you've seen him do on just about every restart he's brought us down. Going to clear the 8 truck and the 92 of Christopher Matthews by a good little bit, but here comes Matthews fighting to the bottom for second. Going to get by McKee and bring Zach Lindgren and Spence Thompson with him. Cody Spiker had to lift out of the gas just a little bit there to not get into McKee.
Yeah, I was just watching that. I was about to say something. That 22 machine was making moves, and he had to lift.
Had to lift a little bit, and that brought Jared Washon and Michael Redding right to the back door. Brady Briggs in this battle as well. Good little battle here to cover these trucks with a blanket. This is the 6th, 7th, and 8th positions. See all this happening in front of Zach Kreiser in that number 39 truck. Right off the hood of Kreiser in the Hope for Pause truck. Definitely a great cause that all those guys over at Jaeger Racing support.
One that I've been watching here is that number 92 machine running up here in 2nd.
Christopher Matthews definitely from the 11th starting spot up to 2nd. So a good climb through stage 1 for Matthews, having a strong run. Matthews, another one of our military guys, is in the Air Force out in California, so it's good to see him in attendance tonight. Go a little further back in the pack as you look at 16th position. That is Scott Laco out of Pennsylvania. Just behind him you have Trevor Harmon in the number 27 truck. Trevor Harmon is running a Cancer Sucks scheme this week in honor, in honor of all those people who might be out there fighting cancer. So a good cause to see Trevor running as he's in about the 18th position right now. Started 25th though, so he is on the climb.
Well, not to brag or anything, but that number 89 machine, my pick to win the racer this evening, is Vince Thompson up here to 3rd. He's got company, though, with the number 8 of James McKee on his tail in the 4th spot. But, hey, Bradley, it's by far, this race is by far from over. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely so. As right now, Thompson runs it up high through 1 and 2. That's going to allow McKee through. Teammate Zach Lindgren right there with him. Truck still storming around this racetrack. Fastest truck on the racetrack though that time by was Joe Burchett with a 24.548. I have a feeling, Josh, that's a little bit of that clean air as opposed to all that dirty air behind him.
Oh yeah, clean air is a big key. If you're all up in that clean air, it's going to really help you, get the fast speed. You don't have to worry about.
Oh, Brady Briggs makes contact with Jared Washon down the front stretch. Caution is going to fly. Sorry to interrupt you there. I saw that happening live as I started to monitor those two trucks in a pack. We'll go back and get a look at it. It's another one of those cases, though, I feel. We're going to look at it from the blimp here.
Got to do what you got to do.
Briggs looks like he may have been trying to slide up in front of Jared Washon, just wasn't quite clear. It's another one of those things of trying to come off the bottom here and not have it push up into the truck in front of you. A tough break, though, for Jared Washon. Jared Washon, we talked about, was your big mover in the field. We'll get a look at the gyro cam on Washon's truck. Hopefully not too much damage, but as the caution come out, via where the pace car was, that is going to put him a lap down as you see the field behind Joe Burchett now come to pit road. Everybody stays single file right up against that wall. Another one of the rules here in the NMNTS is once you're coming down pit road, you can go through no more than 2 pit stalls before you get to yours, as you see Burchett make that long trip at 35 miles an hour down pit road. I'm telling you, at 35 miles an hour here, pit road seems like it takes forever.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, and pace car speed ain't any better. 45.
Christopher Lewis gonna try to beat Burchett out. Not gonna happen, but is gonna come out second as the whole field came to pit road that time. We want to thank everybody watching out in the Facebook live stream tonight. You can also catch this action on YouTube tonight. We are multi-streaming. For all of those folks at Cowboys of Colorado there who'd like to stream the action, we want to give a shout out to all the patrons there. We hope you're enjoying the action tonight as we're 110 laps into this 200 lap event, and it's definitely been one exciting race so far. Joe Burchett has pretty much dominated from the get-go, started from the pole. We'll check in on one of the patrons there, Cowboys of Colorado. That is Kenny Yance. Kenny Yance runs in the 22nd position. Ryan Daniels, we talked to him pre-race. He is actually flying the Cowboys of Colorado on the truck tonight. So definitely good to see him come on board. I tell you what, as the field continues to pace around, I'm looking to see if we have the footage right now. Yep, there it is. We're going to go on board with the tech cam of Spence Thompson. He is flying one of our Backwards Hat Productions tech cams tonight. We want to show you just what a pit stop looks like as Spence Thompson makes the entrance into his pit stall right here. Going to come to a stop. The field immediately, or the crew immediately going to go to work on the right sides here. As you'll see them now begin to work their way around to the left front. 4-tire stop down and away for Spence Thompson. Also going to get Spence out in the 3rd position. Field is 1 to green now. We'll go on board with Thompson as he'll come up through the gears on the restart. Well, Josh, he was your pick to win. He's running 3rd right now, so definitely a great run for Spence Thompson so far, up from the 13th position, 10 spots.
Having a great run here so far. I mean, knock on wood. I mean, anything could still happen. We're only on lap 93 here, coming to lap 94 once they get the green flag.
It can happen quickly right now. Pace cars in. Spence right to the back bumper of Joe Burchett. Burchett goes on the loud pedal, green flag in the air. We're back underway here. See him storm down into turn number 1. Thompson gets around Cody Spiker. We're going to bring teammate Zach Lindgren to the bottom with him. Michael Redding, the evil outlaw, going to run the high side through 3 and 4. Jackson Allen started 2nd, was involved in a bit of an incident earlier in the race. Through the pit cycles, kind of got stuck back in the field, but he is in the 12th position right now. Looks to be working under Joseph Anwar for 11th.
You know, it just goes to show you what fresh tires can do for, you know, not only for the guys who pitted, but for the guys who didn't pit that are on those older sets of tires. You have so much grip out there with the new tires that you can really run down just about anybody out there, and the high rate of speed You can make passes on either the outside or the inside, but you got to still do it carefully.
Yeah, you were talking about some of the older tires, some of those guys who took the wave around to get, you know, one lap back on the field. The first driver a lap down is Blake Falone. Joe Burchett ran a 23.992 that last time by to Falone's 24.664. I know Falone's got a little bit of damage, but at the same time, that just goes in to show you, you know, fresh tires versus old tires and the difference in the fall off here. Couple of teammates battling back here in the 17th and 18th position. That is Ryan W. Daniels and Kenny Yawns, as they all look to work under the 26 car of Brandon Parsons. Brandon Parsons, the driver out of the Mid-South region, joined up with the Tour a few races ago in that Prodigy Racing Association truck. Started 27th up to 15th, so a good little climb for him. One of those drivers that's still just trying to get better week in and week out. As we continue to watch some battles around this racetrack. This one's for the 5th and 6th spot. That's Cody Spiker in 6th. Zach Lingren ahead of him. Now Michael Redding going to look to the inside of Spiker into turn 1. Spiker up the hill. Redding looks like he's going to get by there. Look to clear him out of turn 2. Good move by Michael Redding to take over the 6th spot.
Great racing here tonight.
Spiker starting to fade just a little bit in the pit stop insider number 22 truck, as you see him under fire now by Zachary Kreiser. Oh, Kreiser a little loose off turn 4. That's going to allow Anthony C. to make a run to the outside. Jackson Allen with him.
I thought for a second there they were going to go 3 wide.
I almost thought we were going to see 3 wide there. Jackson Allen going to wind it up, fire it to the inside of Anthony C. now. Kreiser had a good run on the bottom there. Got a little loose for just a second. Lost 2 spots. Here comes Jackson Allen now going to work the bottom of Anthony C. down the back stretch into turn number 3. Laps winding down stage number 2. Oh, Jackson Allen loose.
All right, man, caution is out, caution is out.
A tough break again for the driver who started outside the front row. We'll go back and take a look at it. I saw it happening as I was watching some racing around him. That's one of those things we talked about in the pre-race. I believe you're going to see right there, Josh. Jackson Allen just gets a little loose out of turn 4. Was unable to save it. A tough break for Brady Briggs as well. We'll go on board with Briggs. As you saw Jackson Allen slide from the bottom to the top, Brady Briggs in that number 51 oil can Hancock's machine unable to miss him.
looks like that number 4 just lost control of it, slid back up into the track. That 51 machine had nowhere to go, and then unfortunately just slammed into the number 4.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about pre-race. There's that weird bump off of turn 4, and the trucks, you know, seem to get a little light in the rear end, break traction for just a moment. I'm pretty sure that's going to be what we saw there, as it was a tough break for Brady Briggs, like you mentioned, getting collected, really nowhere to go. You're carrying such a high rate of speed around here, especially where Briggs got him going into turn 1, one of the fastest parts of the racetrack, that these things don't just stop on a dime, and it's hard to get them wound up. It's not one of them things where you can really just jerk it left or right. It's an eerie feeling if you're in the seat of Brady Briggs, because you see that truck get loose at the bottom of the racetrack. Really all you can do at that point is just keep your foot in it and hope that, you know, you can skate by. Unfortunately, not the case for Brady Briggs that time. Let's get a talk. I tell you what, while we're under caution here, I want to get a talk with Christopher Matthews. He has definitely been on the move tonight. Been in the second position for quite a while now. Christopher Matthews, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, 10-4.
Well, brother man, I see you running in the second position there. Been there for quite a while now, up from the 11th position. How's that truck feeling for you tonight?
Oh, it's feeling great. Could be a little bit faster. Need to get by Joe here.
Yeah, well, you've been making moves, like I said, from the 11th spot up to second. Do you think you have anything for Joe Burchett?
Maybe on the long game, not so much the short, but it's been a good race so far. Seems like a lot of action. He's not running away with it yet. I think I got something for him.
Well, we're going to go back green with just a few laps before stage 2's conclusion there, and the 50-lap shootout to the end. Definitely a lot of exciting action all around the racetrack, and we will look forward to possibly talking to you as our stage 2 winner.
I'm definitely trying to get to that point. I know I got some competition behind me. I know Spence is raring to go. He needs a good start, but we'll try to see what we can do here.
Well, before we let you get back to it, is anybody out there you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank my family, girlfriend. She definitely supports me in doing this. I'd like to thank you guys for putting this on, and the league and all the owners going on.
All right, well, good deal. We'll let you get back down to it here as the lights are off on the pace car. Let you get back down to business. But thanks for taking a moment to talk with us.
Thank you.
That was Christopher Matthews, driver of the 92 HRL machine. Mentioned active military, is in the Air Force out there in California, so glad to see him having a good run here tonight. We'll get a few shots of the truck as you see. Mission 22 on the bed cover, as well as the hood. So good looking truck, Josh.
Oh yeah, nice looking clean truck too. Running well here tonight.
Well, he talked to us about maybe not having the speed he needed, but definitely not over yet. Looks like we're gonna have about 10 laps here before the conclusion of stage 1, so could be anybody's ball game. Joe Burchett's going to bring us to life here out of turn 4. Wastes no time. Joe Burchett on the loud pedal, green flag back in the air, gets a good jump. You know he knows it's go time with just a few laps left. Field's going to storm through 1 and 2. We look at a few battles here behind the leader. A lot of action all around this racetrack right now. Field now starting to single file out. Anthony C. going to make a charge to the inside of Zach Kreiser, run the bottom through 1 and 2. Looks like he will clear him down the backstretch. Anthony up from the 15th position to 8th right now, the driver out of Virginia Prodigy Racing Association.
Note the number 4 machine of Jackson Allen coming down pit road.
A tough break for Jackson Allen. You saw him there having problems to bring out the last caution. Something you definitely don't want to see. We'll hope that maybe this is just some preventative maintenance to keep that truck continuing. I see the 8 truck's going to pull off as well. James McKee, he was running inside the top 10, so you've got to wonder if maybe this is a play to set yourself up for that final stage.
Well, you see these top guys, you know, diving off onto pit road, and that could be some different strategies maybe trying to play into effect right now. As, you know, stage 2 is going to be coming to an end here momentarily. So, you know, what's going to be in store for the rest of these drivers, knowing that some of these guys have already made pit stops?
Well, as I said that, McKee just kind of drove through pit road, so maybe I didn't see where he got loose. Like I said, he was. Oh! David Heiza slaps the inside wall down the backstretch in that 7-Eleven truck. We caught a bit of action as we were talking about that. As we were talking about it, I kind of got to thinking that would be kind of a risky call to come in and pit here early, because unlike a super speedway at Daytona or Talladega where you could possibly get away with it, you're clicking off, you know, under 24-second laps here. So going a lap down is almost inevitable.
Exactly. You know, you're doing about 2.5 laps in a minute, so you'll go a lap down pretty quickly.
Ronald White going to bring the number 99 truck to the attention of his crew. Actually looks like another driver that just kind of drove through the pit lane there. Maybe saw the field coming, decided to duck down pit road, but nonetheless, Joe Burchett still storms around. Fastest truck on the racetrack that time by. Last lap of 24.534.
David Heiza in the 7-Eleven machine.
Tough break for David Heiza. I was just starting to look for it. You see him parked up against the backstretch wall there. Going to get a look at what happened to him. You saw him a few laps before this get loose, slap the inside wall, so I have a feeling some damage might have been done to that 7-Eleven truck, not to mention the damage it probably did to the tires. See him start to get loose, just kind of fishtails it, unable to save it. Luckily, though, out of harm's way, Joe Burchett, you saw him come into the frame there after Heiza had been sitting there for a little bit, but had that been in front of the leaders, you know, he tried to save that truck most of the way down the backstretch, so that could have probably been disaster.
I'm going to go back and take a look at that 7-Eleven machine to kind of, you know, get a determination on what happened on what I'm seeing on my end. Because, you know, it's maybe a different camera angles. Oh, he clipped the apron. That's what I'm
Oh, okay. So definitely a tough break for Heiza getting the apron there. The apron's another one of those factors that play into this place, and if you clip it just a little bit with the left front, you're going to see a result like what happened to David Heiza, where, you know, the truck can get out of control in a hurry. Pit stops being made. Joe Burchett comes storming out of his pit road, going to beat Christopher Matthews off again. I do believe we're going to go back racing here before stage 2 is over. I think stage 2 break was at 125 with 50 being the end. I know the rule is that if it comes out, if the caution comes out anywhere inside that 5-lap period, that would have been the end of the stage. However, we're just now completed 120, coming to 121. So I do believe we're going to get to see a little bit of a shootout here for stage 2.
Look who's up front right now would be that number 2 machine, and Michael Redding in a pretty good position here to maybe pull away with the stage win.
Let's get a talk with the Evil Outlaw here. Can he make radio contact with him here? Michael Redding, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we see you stayed out there under that caution, maybe playing a little bit of gamble to get some stage points.
Yeah, that's what the plan is.
Well, when you go back racing, I believe you're going to only have 2 or 3 laps to close out this stage. Joe Burchett's been on his tear all night. Do you think you've got anything to hold him off?
I don't know. I'm just gonna have to try to do everything I can to keep him behind me. But man, he's quick.
Well, you've got that number 2 truck looking pretty clean, as it looks like it just rolled off the transporter still straight. So good to see you having a good run tonight, and good luck. We'll maybe be talking to you as our stage winner at the end of this.
Yeah, good to be having fun again. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Michael Redding, driver of the number 2 truck, Evil Outlaw Motorsports. Well, Michael Redding, known to be kind of a gambler, Josh. We'll see if it pays off for him.
We're going to get lined up here 2 by 2. That number 2 machine, Michael Redding, will be starting on the inside of that 83 of Joe Burchett, who's been out front pretty much most of the race here. But it's not over yet. We're going to have to see what that number 2 does, as he has control of the field once the pace car makes its dive off on the pit road.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see if Redding can possibly get a jump on Joe Burchett. Of course, Joe Burchett has been quick on the draw all night long, so we'll see what they do with roles reversed here. Redding possibly could be able to get out in some clean air, get a little gap on the field, and hold on for just a few laps. As we're going to come back, we will have, once we get back racing here, we'll have 2 laps until the stage break. So definitely, you know, on the older tires, maybe a questionable call, but heck, sometimes you got to risk it to get the biscuit.
Exactly.
Redding going to bring the field to life now out of turn 4. He's on the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. Gets a good little jump on Joe Burchett. Going to now slide up past the start-finish line to get that arc into turn 1. Burchett wastes no time, but he's got Christopher Matthews knocking on his door. Redding going to run it high, maybe to throw a little bit of a block to Burchett. Burchett going to work the bottom. They are 2 wide behind them, Zach Linger and Christopher Matthews. If Michael Redding can hold on one more lap, this gamble's going to pay off handsomely. And with those trucks battling behind him 2 by 2, I'm not sure that, well, Matthews now going to break free, going to look to the inside of Redding. As here we come down to the front stretch. Redding kind of scrapes the wall, not enough to really hurt him. Here we go. Next time by, checkered flag will be in the air for stage 2, the completion of 125. Redding's falling back just a little bit now to the clutches of Spence Thompson as he works the bottom through 3 and 4. Redding in the wall just a little bit. Anthony C. to the back of him. You know, I think I actually may have had my stage count off. I thought we were going to see the stage caution there. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, though, we'll continue racing. Redding now going to slide back a few spots. Gets the wall again, so a tough break for Michael Redding. As we continue to look at the field storm around now, Joe Burchett's going to be the leader. Christopher Matthews in second. This is a battle for the 8th and 9th spot right here with Anthony C., Trevor Harmon, and Cody Spiker.
Yeah, I think you were off by 25 laps, but 75 and 75 is 150. And they'll have a 50-lap shootout roughly to finish the race. So they still have quite a few laps to go before the end of stage 2.
They do. I got a little excited, got ahead of myself. I thought we were going to see 75 to close it out. So my bad there, everybody. Nonetheless, racing continues on, though. Michael Redding continuing to fall back just a little bit. Jared Mogard Hadn't really talked about him much tonight in that 3 truck. Had a little damage early on in the race. Is now up to the 5th position. Runs just in front of Zachary Kreiser. James McKee gonna make the make a move to the inside of Blake Fallone through 1 and 2. McKee through pit cycles finds himself back in traffic. Oh, Ryan Daniels down the front stretch gets loose, but is able to keep it down there. Does make contact with the inside wall though. Tough break for the driver out of New England. Was having a pretty decent run. He's going to see some cars go around him. That's definitely going to hurt him as he starts to fall back positions, just trying to find a spot to fall back in line.
He's got those tires heated, and he's trying to let those other drivers around. Some great respect given out there by that 71 machine to get it straight, and just let the other drivers go around him.
Oh, another truck going around on the backstretch. Brandon Parsons hard into the outside wall in that Prodigy Racing Association truck. We'll go back and get a look at it real quick as it happened right here. I saw it out the corner of my eye. Looks like he's going to get it crossed up coming out of turn number 2. See if we can get a better shot of it. Here we go. We'll go from the chopper. We were looking at it from the blimp. Josh, I believe this is going to be another case of a driver just... You're going to see him run it down in 1 and 2 there. Ryan Broderick in front of him. Mark Broderick in front of him. You're going to see him make that arc, and right there he gets the apron.
Yeah, clipping the apron, not a good thing to do here at Dover. Boy, he hit head on with that outside wall. Heavy damage on that 26 machine. He hit so hard, it literally glitched into that wall.
Yeah, definitely so. A hard impact's going to bring that truck to just an absolute stop. So a tough break for Brandon Parsons. Was having a decent run inside the top 15. Unfortunately, just clipped the apron. We talked about it earlier as David Heisa had that same thing bite him. It's one of those things where you're trying to arc the truck into the corner, get that low run off, and sometimes you can just misjudge it just a little bit, catch the apron with the left front, and that'll send the truck spinning.
Number 77 I was watching of Kenny Ounce was trying to dodge that. He did dodge it, but he did hit the inside wall there, so he's going to have some more damage to go along with that left front damage that he's already had.
Yeah, we look at him in his pit stall right now. It kind of looks like the front of that truck's been put in a vise and squeezed up a little bit, as each side's about a foot shorter than it should be. Doesn't look like it's too severe though for Kenny, as he's probably just sitting there trying to get some of it fixed. Has to be careful though. The field begins to work its way off turn 4 behind Joe Burchett in the pace car. Yount's now going to get it fired off and away, as well as some of the other trucks. Ryan Daniels, one of those being involved. Saw Ryan Daniels get loose, get the inside wall, so some of those trucks coming down for repair. Go back and get a look. Gordon Larson still on pit road. He was your first truck a lap down. Looks like there has been some contact. Maybe the wall on the 00 truck. Tough break for the Alabama driver. He was your 2017 Grand National Series points champion. Been looking to kind of get the 2018 campaign off and going here after a rough start. Had a few good finishes, definitely looking to build on them throughout the summer months as we head into the stretch. Well, I tell you what, let's dial up Zach Lindgren, who's currently in 3rd. We've talked to Christopher Matthews, we've talked to Burchett. Let's dial up I think one of the bigger personalities in the NMNTS Racing Series of Zach Lindgren in that 85 5-star drafting truck. Zach Lindgren, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Well, sir, been up front all night, inside the top 10 in that 5-star drafting truck. Definitely been giving it a ride. Do you think you've got anything to challenge for the lead as you start behind Burchett here?
He's found something of a good line, and I have yet to find it. I've been really searching all around the track, really experimenting with the truck, seeing what it could do. But so far, he's found something in the truck that he likes, and I don't know. I haven't really found that liking in my truck, so we're just gonna have to see how the rest of the race plays out.
Well, like I said, definitely been exciting here as we've got right around 15 laps or so to the stage break. So we'll be looking forward to you to maybe close out the stage in style and hopefully talk to you later on throughout the night.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you.
That was once again Zach Lindgren, driver of the number 85 5-star drafting WFO truck. Well, Joe Burchett going to lead us off from a position he's pretty well been all night. That is the front row. Green flag in the air. Burchett once again gets a great jump on Christopher Matthews. That's going to allow Zach Lindgren to possibly look to the inside of Matthews in 1 and 2. He's going to have Jared Mogard in tow. Mogard, Spence Thompson 2 by 2 as they file off and down to the backstretch. Mogard gets the run now. Zachary Kreiser continues to climb. He's looking for the top 5. Anthony Qualentano. Oh, Cody Spiker in the wall out of turn 4. Run it up a little high, caught the wall there. All this action happening in front of Joseph Anwar. Mark Broderick started to look on Spiker, thought better of it. A lot of action happening right around here and right around Trevor Harmon in that 27 truck. He's got James McKee looking on him. A little bit further back in the pack, we've got them all mixed up. Some lead laps, some guys just trying to get back on the lead lap. As you find, looks like Sawyer Ott's going to be in the 22nd position. The first truck a lap down is Gordon Larson. Two by two, 2 rows deep, Brady Briggs. Brady Briggs slow to the bottom of the apron in turn 3. Sounds like the truck's still running though, so maybe just gonna bring that number 51 truck to the attention of the crew. We go back and monitor this battle here. Sawyer Ott, Terry Mason, Derek Robinson, the last trucks on the lead lap. As you see, Ronald White kind of in the mix right there in front of Derek Robinson. Ronald White is a few laps down now. Like I said, they're kind of mixing it up back here at the back of the field.
Brady Briggs has decided. Well, I thought for a moment they were going to take his car behind the wall.
Yeah, looks like they have indeed taken that 51 truck behind the wall. A tough break for Brady Briggs in his second start with the WFO Motorsports team.
Well, Joe Burchett, though, Bradley, is just out here all by himself, pretty much.
Joe Burchett absolutely setting sail on the field right now, opening it up to about a second since the restart. He is ahead of Zach Lindgren. You heard Zach say that Joe has definitely found something tonight that maybe nobody else has. You would think by now that Joe Burchett's probably got that bonus point for the most laps well in hand. I don't think anybody can catch him for the most laps led. As we get a look back here, Trevor Harmon, Anthony C., James McKee, they're all going to be right here in about the 10th position. This is going to be a battle for some stage points as stage 2 begins to wind down. 4 laps to go when Burchett takes the line this time. Mark Broderick is the driver you saw coming into your screen behind this pack of trucks. He is in the 10th position, would be the last driver awarded stage points right now. These guys slug it out for the bottom half of the stage points here. James McKee, you got Zach Kreiser going to look to the bottom of Spence Thompson. James McKee just kind of lying and wait to see if he can make a move on Trevor Harmon. Anthony Qualentano behind these guys. We'll go on board with Anthony now as the laps wind down in this stage. McKee gonna run it to the bottom on Kreiser, slides up just a little bit, has to get out of the gas. That's gonna bring Anthony C. right to the back door of the 8 truck. Well, James McKee sailed that thing off in there, throwing it deep, selling it cheap as he tried to get a run back to the inside of Kreiser.
27 of Trevor Harmon tapped the wall there. 6th position.
That's going to bring Harmon back to Kreiser, Kreiser to McKee. Things starting to shake up here. White flag will be out on the, actually checkered flag on the stage this time by. So Harmon able to hang on for some points. We'll get a rundown of stage 2 here. Joe Burchett going to dominate, sweep the stages for the stage 2 win. Zach Lindgren will finish second. Third will be Jared Mogard, finally making his creep up into the top 5. Christopher Lewis will be 4th. 5th will be the 89 truck of Spence Thompson. 6th in stage 2 will be Trevor Harmon. You saw that battle they were having there towards the back half of the stage points earned. You've got Zachary Kreiser, who will be 7th. 8th will be James McKee, stage 2. 9th will be Anthony C. And Mark Broderick will round out your top 10 for stage 2. Joe Burchett going to bring him to pit road. This time I'm sure we'll see everybody come down.
Oh yeah, Joe Burchett is coming down. It looks like the number 99.
Well, I was going to see if we could get a talk with Brady Briggs, see just what happened to that number 51 truck. I do see him out in the Facebook chat though, as he'll continue to watch this broadcast from the hauler. Tough break for him. Looks like he has already went to the hauler there.
Gonna get ready for the next race next week with you guys on a Monday night.
Yeah, definitely so. Regroup with the team. The Monster Mile claims another victim. We're gonna ride here with Zach Lindgren, who's gonna come in second, out second. Jared Mogard in third, out third. The rest of the field begins to file out. Looks like pretty much everybody's almost going to come off pit road where they came in. See them work their way under the skywalk in turn number 3. I think that's one of the neat features I like about the Dover International Speedway, Josh, is that skywalk in turn 3. You know, that's definitely got to be a view, you know, to have. You go back and think about some of the wrecks that have happened here. I'm sure the skywalk would have been a great view to see Joey Logano's tumble, you know, in that number 20 car in his rookie season.
Oh yeah, I remember when that happened.
You can almost imagine what it would be like seeing a car get up in the air from that skywalk. I'm sure, you know, of course they build those skywalks, you know, with the intent of building them high enough that nothing would ever hit it, but at the same time, it's kind of got to be an eerie feeling to be standing there and see a truck get airborne.
Exactly. You know, I've never been personally to a racetrack myself, but I hear once you go, it's pretty much, you know, you're hooked. I'm hooked on iRacing. You know,
I heard that. I have actually been fortunate enough to go to the Texas Motor Speedway quite a few times. Been to the day race and the night race there. Definitely the night race was a whole nother experience for me as far as, you know, just the atmosphere around it under the lights. I was there the year that Greg Biffle won. So, you know, definitely good times to be had. I tell you what, let's get a talk. Well, we're going to see if they get the 1 to green here. If they get the 1 to green, we'll try to get a talk with him maybe under the next caution. I want to talk with Jared Mogard a little bit and see just how his night's going. Looks like we will be 1 to green, lights off on the pace car. We'll try to get that talk with Jared Mogard a little later on. We will ride on board with him though for this restart, as he restarts behind Joe Burchett. Joe Burchett's just been getting an amazing jump on the field all night long. Pace car brings them down the backstretch into 3 and 4. When we come to the line next time, we'll be back to business. Green flag in the air. Burchett wastes no time getting on that loud pedal. Gonna gap row number 2 by just a little bit now. Slides up to make his arc into turn 1 as the field storms off in there. You've got Austin. See, we're looking at the number 7 truck right now, Austin Trombley, making his first start, hanging tough inside the top 15. Currently running 12th, so a good first outing at a track that can be difficult to get your first start with any series.
He is having a good run here tonight.
We look back towards the front here. You've got James McKee gonna throw it deep, sell it cheap to try to get the position away from Zach Kreiser. Will get that position away. That is for the 8th spot, so McKee back onto the climb inside the top 10. Go a little further back in the pack, right around Austin, as you see Anthony C. going to work to the bottom, bring Cody Spiker with him. Craig Learman inside the top 20 there in 18th, along with Sawyer Ott. Sawyer Ott had some problems under the pace lap, so has kind of been behind the 8 ball fighting that all night. Good to see him still out here though inside the top 20. 3 wide down the back stretch for a second. They get it single or double filed in 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, 49 and Sawyer Ott backed out. They were almost, you know, door to door to door there.
Yeah, they were going to stack them up and going in there. Sawyer Ott makes the wise move, backs out of the 3 wide situation. We go back up here, a nice battle right here. Oh, Trevor Harmon in the wall a little bit. Those trucks could have been covered with a blanket. Trevor's going to get the outside wall. Mark Broderick run to the inside on him. Broderick now inside the top 10. After starting 8th, he kind of fell back. Good to see the Pennsylvania driver having a good run. After winning Daytona and locking himself into the hunt via the No Bull 5 spot, he's kind of had a turbulent season since then. But inside the top 10 tonight, so a good run for him. Get a look at another driver we haven't really talked about a whole lot today. Oh, wreck right in front of him. Trevor Harmon going to go around on the front stretch. We will stay green. But as I started to mention, Terry Mason, the driver out of Carolina, started the year off with Riot Motorsports, recently made a team switch to the WFO Motorsports team. He's in his second start with them as well, currently running in the 13th position. Terry was your 2017 ARCA champion. So definitely looking to maybe carry over some success to that WFO team, as he's going to get worked on right now by Jared Washon.
Number 31 machine of Jerry Glenn down pit road.
Tough break for Jerry Glenn, going to bring it to the attention of the crew. We'll hope that maybe that's not the end of his night. As we go back up front, a lot of action happening right around Christopher Matthews for that third position. They've been off and on swapping things around up here. These 5 drivers kind of been like a prize fighter, exchanging blows. One will get a run on the other one, take a position away, and then they'll leapfrog each other. As you see James McKee once again drive it off in there deep under Jared Mogard. Mogard scrapes the wall just a little bit coming out of turn 4. No worries though, we stay straight.
That ain't machine of James McKee. He touched the apron there, but he did a fantastic job of keeping it straight, as he will finally complete that pass on that 3 machine.
Yeah, definitely got the slider done, but don't look now. Mogard right to the back door. McKee sells it off into 1 and 2 again. As we check back on Joe Burchett, who once again is out to just over half a second on Zach Lindgren. Lindgren scrapes the wall just a little bit out of turn 4. The top 2 have kind of checked out, as you see, about now almost 3/4 of a second from Burchett to Lindgren, and then even further back, almost 3 seconds back to third place Christopher Matthews. Burchett going to work around the lap car of Ronald White. Zach Lindgren had it almost dead sideways off of 4 that time. You know Lindgren's digging for just about all it's got.
Laps to go roughly here at Dover for the NMNTS Monday Night Thunder Series. Man, it's been a fantastic race by these guys.
Good to see Cody West out in the chat cheering on WFO. Some of you may know Cody. Cody has been around the NMNTS, actually co-founder of the NMNTS Racing Series way back when we started this years ago. So it's good to see Cody tuning in out there in the chat. Cody, I'll have to get you up here in the booth with me one night to call some action. Once again, with that said, I do want to thank you, Josh, for being here with me tonight. It's always great to have special guests up here with us.
Well, we got more action with you guys, though. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere, that's right. As we see this battle right now, Spence Thompson has made a run to the inside of Matthews. Spence gonna run it low, almost touched the apron in 1 and 2. Door to door with Christopher Matthews. We've been kind of following these trucks for quite a few laps now. That's because this is a battle that has been heated up, and we've kind of been coming back. Oh, Matthews gets loose out of 4. Matthews hangs on to it dead sideways out of turn 4. James McKee now going to look to pick off another one as he looks to the outside. Here comes Mogard, though, back to the bottom as we go into turn 3. All this action, 6th, 7th, and 8th right here.
Well, it's been an honor of calling this race with you. know.
Oh, 3 wide around some lap traffic here. I switched to this battle. Trevor Harmon and Cody Spiker split the lap car of Ronald White 3 wide through 1 and 2.
Wow.
Nobody really lost an inch there as they continue to battle side by side. Terry Mason's going to be looking to join this battle here shortly, along with Austin Tremblay, driver out of Ohio. Drivers now working around Kenny Johnson, the Clifford Concrete and Excavation truck. Tough luck for Kenny tonight as he is currently the first truck a lap down in 24th. As you see everybody trying to work around the bottom of him there. Get a look here at Jackson Allen. We're just kind of looking through the field. Jackson Allen started on the outside front row, but's been bit by the bad luck bug again as he's 25th. The next truck a lap down. Give you a little race summary here. We've got 23 laps to go, be 22 when Joe Burchett takes the line this time. 10 cautions for 40 laps. It's definitely been a grueling race. Josh, these trucks of Trevor Harmon and Cody Spiker are still side by side. Oh, it's Blake Falone. I looked up at the graphic for just a second, looked back, and Blake Falone was spinning across the track in front of him. Tough break for the Florida driver in the Pokemon machine. Like he and Joseph Anwar might have had a little contact there. You'll see Blake go to put the crossover on Joseph Anwar. Runs out of room into the back of the 13 truck. And then comes sliding back across. Almost a close call for Trevor Harmon and Cody Spiker. We're going to go on board with Trevor Harmon now. See the accident right up there in front. Blake Falone, hard contact. That close to being devastating for Trevor Harmon.
Number 11 machine of Blake Falone hit hard into the inside wall.
Yeah, definitely so. That's a hard lick there. One of those things, though, you make contact with, like you said at the beginning of the show, you make contact with the wall or a truck running up against the wall, and it's just going to throw your truck into that inside wall. And at that point, you're kind of just along for the ride. Pit stop's underway right now. We'll see if anybody can get out ahead of Joe Burchett. Looks like Burchett's going to beat Zach Lingren out again, as well as Spence Thompson. They'll run 1, 2, 3 off of pit road. Looks like Ryan Daniels might have stayed out this time, possibly to get a lap lead. He was in the 10th position. Like it was to get a lap lead, as he's going to bring that 71 truck to pit road this time. The lead will go back over to Joe Burchett.
Ryan Daniels will not lead a lap.
Tell you what, we'll get a talk with Mogard this time as we watch the field pace around here. Jared Mogard, Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you. You hear me?
Yeah, I've got you loud and clear. Well, we saw you start in the 10th position, kind of uncharted territory after the dominating performances the last couple weeks, but you have fought your way into the top 5 throughout the course of the race, picked up some stage points in that last end of that last stage. Do you think you've got anything to get up there and challenge Joe Burchett?
Nah, I don't think so. Not tonight. We got damage from that wreck there with the one after he stayed out on old tires there. So I don't think we got anything for them. We're what'll hurt the engine department.
Well, definitely a tough break for you, but a top 5 would, you know, keep that points lead alive and well. As we'll look for you to just have a strong run here, and good luck throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, we'll see if we can steal a top 3 out of this deal, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, once again, that was points leader Jared Mogard in that number 3 truck. Maxed Out Motorsports. Field beginning to double up now. We'll go 2 by 2 behind the pace car boat. Joe Burchett will bring them into life once again out of turn 4 next time by. The 71 and the 77 truck, Ryan Daniels and Kenny Yantz, the last trucks on the lead lap, coming around to tag the end of the field here. Feel the field working now down the back stretch out of turn 2. These trucks are going to tag the back. Get them woed up here as we are 2 by 2. Well, after that hard contact with the inside wall, Josh Blake Malone's still out there right now, although he is a lap down in the 25th position.
You got to do what you can to get some points.
Green flag in the air. Burchett back on the loud pedal, gets another good jump on the field as he'll look to slide to the top now past the start-finish line. Zach Lindgren going to be challenged by his teammate Spence Thompson. As you watch the field, Mogard, after just talking about maybe having a little engine damage, definitely not showing it as he makes a run to the inside of Spence Thompson through 3 and 4.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution flag's going to fly again. Oh! Sawyer Ott on his lid. We'll go back and get a look at that. I switched over to him because I saw him slow. Oh! Sawyer Ott, a wild ride. Take a look at it here. Contact between the 2 and the 7 is going to send Sawyer Ott airborne. Goodness, did that truck get off the ground. Well, this is the first time we've seen a truck get up in the air, so you know what that means for you out there still watching. It's time to go on board with the gyro cam.
Well, you was just talking about Joey Logano going flipping. I think Sawyer Ott pulled a Logano move right there.
Oh, if you've ever wondered what it's like to be inside one of these trucks when they start to turn over, that is your view. Sawyer Ott goes for a wild ride after contact between Michael Redding and the 7 truck. Sends the 49 hard into the inside wall and then airborne. I actually want to get one more look at this, and we're going to get a look at it from the onboard camera of Joseph Anwar. Oh, nowhere Anwar could go as Sawyer Ott come off the wall. We're going to look at it in slow-mo one time. Sawyer Ott, hard contact with the inside wall. Throws that truck up in the air, and Joseph Anwar has absolutely nowhere to go. That is a tough break for the 13 truck.
Well, that makes me dizzy just looking at it.
Yeah, that gyro cam, that's something we started doing a few weeks back. Definitely gives you a clear perspective of a truck as it starts to tumble. Don Lewis asked how many laps are left. We are going to come down to what I believe will be 12 to go when we take the green flag. Joe Burchett's been out front most of the night. Has definitely been the class of the field. We're going to see if the teammates Zach Lindgren or Spence Thompson can do anything with them. We're actually going to get a talk with James McKee right now as we ride around under caution.
Study.
James McKee, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, we see you running there in the 5th position. Been inside the top 10 most of the night throughout the pit cycles. We've seen you had to battle back. Give us a quick rundown of how your night's going so far and if you've got anything for that 83 truck of Joey Burchett.
Well, my night was going great, and then I got that penalty. That killed me. But I'm glad that we are able to get back up here. But I don't know, Joe's pretty quick, and it's really hard to pass here. So I don't know what to expect. It might get a little crazy with, about 10 or so to go.
Well, I've noticed I've covered quite a bit of a battle that you had going on with Chrysler and Christopher Matthews and some of the other trucks around you. Noticed you were able to pretty much throw it deep, sell it cheap on the bottom there to make up some positions. Do you think that maybe use some of that moving forward?
I'm going to try. I found a line in 3 and 4 that worked really well for me, so I'm hoping it can stick with me for these last 10.
Well, double file up here. Good luck to close out the race, and maybe we'll be talking to you as part of our top 3 at the end of the night.
Hey, let's hope.
That was, once again, James McKee, driver of the number 8 truck, Wall Crusher Racing. As you see the field slowly work its way down the back straightaway. Next time by, we're going to go green with 11 laps to go. Joe Burchett has been the man all night long, pretty much class of the field. We're going to see if anybody has anything for him right here. Katie bar the door, green flag back in the air, 10 laps or 11 laps to go. Burchett gets a good jump. Zach Lindgren, Spence Thompson, Jared Mogard, and McKee all file in behind him. Christopher Matthews now going to make a run in that 92 truck. Matthews works the bottom underneath Jared Mogard. 10 laps to go. Zach Lindgren in the wall down the front straightaway. Going to lose quite a few spots. That's going to allow McKee, Matthews, Chrysler, and Anthony C. to get to the bottom of him. Mogard, the next in line, looking to pounce. We just talked to him. James McKee in the number 8 truck. Restarted in the 5th positions, now up to 3rd, going to challenge Spence Thompson for 2nd. See him start to single file out here a little bit until you get to back around Craig Learman, and they're 2 wide here. Terry Mason, Craig Learman, and the 17 truck of Scott LaCoe. This is for your 15th, 16th, 17th positions. Mason to the extreme bottom, now back up to the top, trying to find a way around Craig Learman. 3 wide out of turn number 2, now 2 wide. Jackson Allen makes the move, slides past Terry Mason. Mason's now going to clear Learman. Oh, the 7 truck hard into the wall down the front stretch. They are going to keep it going here as it's going to be him Derek Robinson and Ryan Daniels. Looks like everybody stays straight. Back up front, McKee continuing to apply the pressure to Spence Thompson. This has allowed Joe Burchett to escape away here to just about a second lead.
Coming down to the nitty-gritty now.
Coming down to the nitty-gritty. If you've got any cards left, you better throw them on the table right now. Hope for that ace in the hole. 5 laps to go. Joe Burchett looks to be walking away right now. Joe Burchett was also the fastest truck on the racetrack that time by. He ran a 24.359 to Spence Thompson's 24.7 or 4.74. Anthony C is going to look to the high side of Zachary Chrysler. Burchett once again that time by still the fastest truck on the racetrack by over a 1/10 on the whole field. 3 laps to go this time.
Next flag will end it.
Next flag will end it. Cody Spiker, you get a look at him. Michael Redding going to dive to the extreme bottom on Spiker, try to get the run. Here comes Jackson Allen just getting what he can get since getting back on the lead lap. Two laps to go. James McKee, Christopher Matthews, Spence Thompson, 2, 3, 4. Zachary Chrysler rounding out your top 5 right now. Everybody, though, is chasing this man as they have been all night. He's going to come around for the white flag. Be looking for the checkered in under a mile here. Just under 25 seconds and 1 mile. Joe Burchett's going to look to cruise to victory. Going to have a lap truck. Joseph Anwar on the bottom. Burchett going to get around him. Anwar going to run the apron. Your winner tonight, Joe Burchett, led the most laps, started on the pole. Not a lot you can say about this performance that hasn't already been said. Joe Burchett once again putting on a clinic here tonight.
175 laps led. Wow.
Joe Burchett leads 175 laps, wins both stages, wins the pole. Max bonus points tonight for the driver out of Virginia, as you're going to see him burn it down on the front stretch.
Bradley, man, nice calling the race with you tonight.
Yes, sir.
For the evening, man.
We'll see you tomorrow night as you'll be covering the NMNTS Cup Series on Tuesday nights. Right back here at Dover.
Yes, sir, Ray. We will catch you all tomorrow night.
I will be getting an interview with the top 3. That's going to be the winner tonight in dominant fashion, Joe Burchett. Spence Thompson second, and James McKee's going to round out your top 3. We'll lead things off with McKee here. The first of the 3 interviews in 3rd place. James McKee, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
By golly, it's been a long time since I've talked to you.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, just over about 5 minutes there and 10 laps. You restarted in 5th, were able to bring it home in 3rd there. Zach Lingren got the wall down the front stretch. You were able to escape that, come home in 3rd. Definitely looked like you had a fast piece underneath you tonight.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I struggled in practice and somehow found speed. I found something in turn 3 that just stuck, and I think that's what really helped me.
Well, we know that we'll see you in action tomorrow night in the Tuesday Night Cup Series as well. Do you feel like you've took anything that you may be able to apply there tomorrow night?
I can't tell you. That's a secret.
Can't tell me that's a secret. I see race car drivers are kind of like fishermen. You know, definitely not going to give out a water hole or any tips. I know tomorrow, I looked at the weather forecast for tomorrow. It looks like it will be complete opposite of today, as it's going to be cloudy and overcast with some rain and, 65-degree track temps. So definitely going to change things up. But, those cup cars have a lot more horsepower than these trucks.
Yeah, definitely. You got to feather the throttle a little bit more with them, but that's what makes those cars so fun. Each corner can be different. So I look forward to tomorrow. It was fun tonight, so definitely tomorrow should be same thing.
Well, I'd ask you how your night went, but like you said, I just spoke with you less than about 10 minutes ago, so kind of gave us a rundown. Is there anybody you want to thank, though?
No, I just want to thank you guys putting on this production, this series. It's a fun series. It can be frustrating at times, especially if a black flag comes your way, but you live and learn from them. It's what makes it so realistic and fun. So thank you guys. Thank everybody who's watching, and yeah, that's about it.
Well, congratulations once again on that third strong place finish. We'll let you debrief with your crew and maybe get ready for tomorrow night.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Once again, that was James McKee going to bring it home third place for Wall Crusher Racing in that number 8 Pepsi truck. We'll now get an interview with second place driver Spence Thompson.
I hope it.
Spence Thompson, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Spence, rough qualifying, going to start 12th, but definitely rally back to finish second. Didn't really get to talk to you much, covered you a little bit, though. Give us a rundown of your night and how things shaked out for you.
Yeah, definitely we didn't have too much optimism coming into this thing, especially after qualifying 12th, though. I mean, we definitely tried to lay down some long runs and practices to see what we could try to get and see what we can try to find. And yeah, during that first run, it really wasn't coming to us. We were kind of the best we could do at that point was 9th, and then of course after the tires wore out, we'd fall back. We really couldn't find anything, but after a couple of runs, though, we got some information. Though we were able to kind of settle in, log some laps, and we definitely found something that started to work for us. And slowly being able to pick our way through the traffic on the racetrack and then on the pit road. We had some good stops tonight. The crew did a good job there. Just can't say enough for all these guys on this team here today, man. We definitely showed a lot of good stuff on long runs today, and I felt that was definitely our strong suit today.
Well, we've definitely noted, 2016 truck champion, as we talk about, a lot, and the fact that, you were in the hunt again last year. This year's kind of started off rough for you. You're kind of rebounding. I noticed you broke out one of the old paint schemes, kind of got the dust off of that thing sitting in the WFO shop. Is that part of maybe just the mental side of things? And I've heard you say that the rally started last week at Gateway and was going to continue here.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, I noticed, like, during practice, though, our paint scheme wasn't correct. I actually had to go bust out the actual paint scheme for all these guys on this Ovega team this week. Man, I definitely got to, give them some love for coming on board and sponsoring this thing. But definitely throughout the public lobbies, though, this week, we definitely busted out the old AC Delco machine and kind of got that back out on the racetrack. And it felt pretty good, man. I mean, like I said, definitely just trying to get that momentum back, especially from a couple weeks ago at Gateway. The car ran really good there. We had a runner-up finish there. Thought we definitely had something for Joe Burchett tonight, but he was just, at the end of it, I just couldn't catch him, dude. But, I mean, we were doing all that we could do. We had a heck of a battle there with Zach at the end there. I mean, I felt bad for him that he got up into the fence, man. He definitely had I definitely felt like he had a top 3 truck tonight. Yeah, just... No, but definitely worked out for us in the end, man. Like I said, we were able to rally through there all night long. We definitely got a little bit nervous on the last couple of runs when those cautions would bunch the field back up, because anything can happen here, and it definitely happens really quick. But we were able to avoid the carnage all night and come home with a top 3 finish today.
Well, I asked James McKee, and he told me he wasn't going to tell me it was a secret. I'll ask you and see if maybe you'll open up that book of secrets a little bit here. Well, we know that we're going to go cup racing here tomorrow night for another 200 laps. Do you feel like you've maybe picked up anything tonight that can transfer over?
Not likely. I mean, you can definitely probably gain, like a couple of notes from the truck to the cup car, but the cup car just has so much more power, and it's definitely going to be a little bit more tough to handle, I think, especially on long runs because of the tire fall off here. So it's definitely going to be interesting tomorrow night to see kind of how the car works out on the racetrack and how the race kind of plays out, because I definitely think you're going to see a lot of guys that are going to be sliding around tomorrow night. So we just got to make sure that we keep that in check, try to get out there and run a little bit of practice and try to get some notes for the race, and just to kind of see what the car will do tonight or tomorrow night, because that's definitely going to be another big obstacle tomorrow night. It's definitely going to be avoiding the carnage of good old Dover here tomorrow, and see what we can do from there.
Well, I would definitely want to thank you for your time. Before we let you go back and debrief with the team, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Absolutely. Got to thank all the guys at WFO Motorsports. They always do a good job each and every week. We're finally getting the momentum back. Definitely stringing together some good finishes here finally. I got to give a shout out to Sylvania Naturals for coming on board again this season. I mean, I don't know if they can see the actual paint scheme on the truck, but it is on this thing though tonight. So like I said, definitely got to give major props to them for coming on board. SimSpec PCs for sponsoring this thing this week. Big thanks to all you guys up in the booth for doing what you do, broadcasting these things every week. You guys do a good job there. Big thanks to all the admins that run this thing here week in and week out. Definitely saw some good racing tonight, and we're going to go get them tomorrow night and next week.
Well, congratulations once again. That was Spence Thompson, your second place finisher tonight in the 89 machine. We're now going to bring up the man who pretty much dominated this race, put on a clinic tonight, Joe Burchett. Joe Burchett, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, 175 laps led. You're going to win both stages. You're going to win the pole. There's not a whole lot you didn't win tonight. So first and foremost, congratulations on that win. I believe that's your first career win in the NMNTS series. Am I correct?
I believe it is.
Well, congratulations once again. Give us a little rundown about the action out there. I saw you through the pit cycle. You had to come up through the field a little bit, but once you got that thing out in clean air, you were pretty much untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, the truck really felt good tonight out front. That clean air definitely helped me. Noticing when I had to come through the pack there a little bit, it was a little sketchy there until I was able to get up to about second or third. I can definitely tell these guys are class acts, and they are, putting on a show every week, because I can tell you it's hard to pass these guys. It may look like it was easy, but it was definitely not easy.
Well, like I said, once again, definitely that truck on a rail, one stout piece underneath you. I was looking to see, I was actually trying to find the schedule here to see where we were up next, but had kind of a rough season, at times, had a good run at Gateway last week there, battled for the win at the end, but pulling out this first win has definitely got to be a confidence booster moving forward.
Yeah, that's mainly just what I was looking for, is to try to get at least a win under my belt. Before we got to the halfway mark of the season, you haven't ran good this first at least quarter to almost half the year so far, and I was just looking to get a good rebound and get some good points and try to work my way back into the hunt for this championship, because I can definitely say week in, week out, that 3 truck and the 89 and a couple of the other guys up front, they're always the ones to beat, and I try to come in here and see if I can compete with them every week, and it's definitely a challenge most weeks, but it feels good to come in here and lead the most laps, win both stages, and go on and win the race and hold these guys off.
Well, once again, congratulations on the dominant performance. Before we let you get back to celebrating with the team, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
I just want to thank everybody over at Swamp Dust Seasoning for sponsoring me all year and everything I do racing. Thank all the guys over at Overtake Motorsports for helping me out week in, week out. Thank all the admins and everybody that runs in the league over here at Monday Night Thunder. Y'all are one class act, and everybody puts on a show. And thank you, Bradley, and for coming on and doing a broadcast every week now.
Well, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to cover all the great action. And once again, like I said, congratulations on this win and moving forward, definitely capturing that elusive first win and looking to be a contender and somebody to deal with come hunt time in the fall.
Thank you.
All right.
Next week.
Yes, sir. Once again, that was Joe Burchett, tonight's winner. 175 laps led, 1 bowl stages. Not much I could say more about it other than just dominant. Put on a clinic here. As we take a look now, we're going to... Here we go. We're going to run down the standings for you now. Joe Burchett once again coming home tonight, the winner of the Backwards Hat Productions 200 here at the Dover International Speedway. Spence Thompson going to be home, bring it home second from 12th to second. James McKee's going to bring it home third. Christopher Matthews, a strong run, just misses the podium by 1 spot, 11th to 4th for him, driver out of California. Zachary Kreiser from 7th to 5th. Anthony C. from 15th to 6th. Jared Mogard's going to bring it home in 7th. Jared with Sean, even though getting caught up in that one incident, going to be your hard charger of the night. From 33rd to 8th, Trevor Harmon brings it home in 9th. Zach Lindgren in 10th after contact with the wall there in the late running. Ryan Broderick 11th, Jackson Allen in 12th. Cody Spiker from 24th to 13th, good run for him. The Evil Outlaw Michael Redding from 17th to finish 14th. Gordon Larson, top 15 run for the 2017 Grand National Champion tonight. Scott LeCaux's going to be from 26th to gain 10 spots, finish 16th. Terry Mason from 31st to 17th. Greg Lehrman's going to finish 18th. Ryan Daniels 19th. Austin Trombley in his first start going to bring home a top 20. Derek Robinson 21st. Kenny Yance 22nd. Joseph Andwar will finish 23rd. 24th will be Blake Falone. You saw him start third, get caught up in that incident there at the 3/4 mark of the race, so tough break for him. Ronald White's going to finish 25th. 26th will be Sawyer Ott. 27th will be Jerry Glenn. 28th, Brady Briggs. 29th, Brandon Parsons. 30th, David Heiza. 31st, Matthew Welsenbach. 32nd, Pacer Popham. 33rd will be Aiden Young. 34th, Jeffrey Ford. That will round your field out. We want to, one more time as we close the showdown, give a shout out to our sponsors here at Backwards Hat Productions. Thompson Seed and Garden, Muskogee, Oklahoma. Check them out the next time you're doing that yard work in the Muskogee area. Ram Designs, Kyle Ramsey and the crew. Check them out the next time you're needing that new wrap, both asphalt or dirt. 5-Star Drafting, our plans outrank theirs. Check them out if you're in the Florida area. SimSpec PC Towers, longtime friend of Backwards Hat Productions. NASCAR Diecast fans, you can check them out on Facebook and Twitter for all your up-to-date promo codes, release dates, everything in the diecast world. Well, this is the point where I would have Robbie, I would ask Robbie, give his final thoughts on the race, but I'll give you mine. 200 laps here, hard fought. We saw it tough to pass at times. Saw a lot of great racing action there. 12 cautions going to end the night for 48 of the 200 laps ran, so definitely, nothing for any of these drivers to hang their hats on. Tough luck for some of the drivers. But other drivers like Joe Burchett finding pay dirt in that first win, got to be a good feeling. I am Bradley Wilson. This is Backwards Hat Productions. Join us back Wednesday night to start first of 2 nights of dirt coverage with the NMNTS Dirt Series. Always a fun time. Those guys running the limited late models. And then on Thursday night, as always, to cap off our week, Kyle Ramsey and the Street Stock Ram Series crew going to take to the Lima Land Speedway for some short track street stock wheel-to-wheel action there. Sure to be a heart-pounding, exciting race. Once again, I am Bradley Wilson. This is Backwards Hat Productions. We want to thank you all for tuning in. Everybody have a safe night, and we'll see you back here Wednesday.